Okay, I think we're recording and we're back playing Daggerheart. Uh, does anybody in particular want to give a recap of the last session? If nobody else wants to do it, then I can do it. No one's leaping
Uh,
in. All right,
I mean, I've got my notes open, so
go for it.
all right. After our group, due to a mishap of sufficiently vague background, recovered in the infirmary of Madame Milani's Adventuring Academy, we awoke to discover that everyone else had gone for the annual interplanar field trip, except for Crinsol Toyax, a Dracona who I think works for the dean, and was not exactly delighted to see a bunch of young people hanging around and gave us some busy work to go into Lady D's in town and see if Aryan is there so that he can clean up the mess that has been made of the library. And also gave us some, pocket money and said, go enjoy yourselves and please stay out of my hair. And we immediately went to the library after getting dressed and discovered that it was full of animated books. There was the smell of lavender in the air, which I believe Cahaldi had previously also smelled in her room. And her bed had been slept in by somebody else. And at the end of the session, we discovered there were some missing statues, and that the windows directly in front of them had been smashed, and the glass was pointing outwards.
Yeah, so you begin. We cut back into the session with I believe it was Ilya flying up near the rafters, looking down and seeing these two pathways from where the statues were once standing in the library to the now shattered window. The pathways are cleared of books, so there are no books in the way. You did manage to, uh, Cahaldi did manage to capture one of the books that was flying around, and with the help of who was it? Was it? I can't remember who was helping Cahaldi, but they managed to get it into the return slot. After which
Think
that
it was
book,
Highland.
yeah, that sounds right. I think Highland was a cat at the time,
Yeah,
uh,
I
but
Yep.
but
remember
they
the
managed, but they
stopping on it.
managed, but they managed to wrestle the book back into the return slot. After which it seemed to stop moving around. So in this moment, what do you all do?
Well, Ilya's wondering if we're going to be able to fit these statues in that return slot.
Gotta
Just
find them
kidding.
first.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
I
sorry, I was just going to say, I should mention this is the beginning of a session, and we have a couple of beginning of session kind of moves on different character sheets.
right.
I believe due to Finland, everybody gets a hope,
Yay!
Yes.
because a halfling is a luck bringer.
yep.
Caldy has to
And
roll some prayer dice.
yep.
Anybody else have one? I don't remember. That
Nope.
sounds like it might be it.
A two and a one.
Neat. All right. Sorry, I interrupted Highlanders. You were about to say what you were doing.
Uh, yeah, so I think Hai is still as a kitty cat, sort of sitting in front of these broken windows, looking out, and said, "I mean, well, they're gone now, but remember that canary earlier? Maybe they'll see or have seen, and then can tell us where they went."
Hmm. Can you talk to the canary?
Yeah,
Oh,
Super cool.
and
Okay,
plants or animals, druid, baby.
let's go. Oh, very cool. Yes, of course. That's why you were a cat. Well, let's go find the canary. Let's go find the canary in the book mine. And she's buzzing around up in the rafters, just seeing if there's any. Are the books all just still doing their thing? Do they have? Are they random? Are they like attacking, or are they just?
No, so
It's
all
just
of
a.
the books, all of the books that you can see are all scattered around on the floor. There was only one in the library that was still flapping around, and you managed to capture that
Oh,
one and sort of
oh,
pacify
okay,
it for the moment. So
okay.
Uh, should we clean up here?
No.
No, I think
Nope.
he mentioned who the janitor is going to be, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's Argent's job. We don't want to steal somebody's job, Cahaldi. That's
Yeah,
stealing. Stealing is wrong.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
like
I guess it's not our chore.
yeah, he's a union janitor, so
So yeah.
yeah,
So Buzz just straight out the window, like, okay, let's go. Whoop,
out the window and
flies
looking
out.
around.
Okay.
I would like somebody to make a roll in order to try and find this canary. It's a single canary floating around the forest. So
it's outside or is it? I don't remember the canary.
it was outside. So at
Hmm.
the very beginning, when you first woke up, I think Cahaldi saw or heard the canary flying out the window, and
Outside the infirmary.
Oh,
Highland got a look at it, and it wasn't flying right. There was something off with it. Was one of
So
the few rolls with fear. Hmm.
Ilya says, "Hi, you find the canary, and I'm gonna see if there's anyone else we can talk to." And so she's just like buzzing around it's like a courtyard outside the window or a space. So she's just looking around. Are there any other animals or people or plants that? Hi, can you talk to this
Trails of
grass?
books.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's a plant, but I mean, probably wouldn't have seen much. Maybe it would have.
hmm.
I can talk to the grass.
Did somebody step on you? Was it big and heavy? When? Where'd they go?
Yeah. So, do you want to talk to the grass, or do you want to try and go and find this canary, or does
I mean,
somebody
I
else want
think
to?
Hai
Yeah.
knows that it could talk to the grass, but also that it needs a canary feather for the special stew that Elia is working on. So I think there's a little bit of an ulterior motive here.
It's true.
Okay. So yeah, let's have a our first roll of the session to try and locate this canary. Uh, Depending on how you're going about it, I suspect this is probably an instinct roll. This feels like perceiving and sensing and navigating.
Cahaldi
And
is
I
paying a little more attention to Finland at this point and just kind of following around after the distraction and being scolded for it the
Yeah.
previous uh, episode.
can I help? Hi.
You can. The mechanics for helping require spending a hope, I believe. Let me just check and make sure that what I'm saying is true. Do, 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 do.
Hai is still a cat, so you could probably fly away
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah, why don't I here, want to ride? You keep your eyes and I guess ears open and I'll get us up there. Probably I couldn't give High a ride when High is in goblin form, but if it is in cat form, then Ilya can carry her.
Yeah, there we go. Spend a
So,
hope to roll a d6 advantage die.
okay. One hope spent.
All right. Let's see the roll, High.
That is a 20 with
Ooh,
fear.
ooh. That's a good roll.
Perfect. So you are able to locate this canary. I want to say flitting between trees. Flitting is probably a bit of a misnomer. It's more kind of crashing between trees as you
Hmm.
watch it. It is definitely not flying right, and it is attempting to do what canaries do and flutter in between trees, but it is running into more branches than you would expect. And as you approach, you do notice now that you've got a bit closer that it appears to be unwell in some way, shape, or form. Its color is a little bit drained. It's not that kind of bright golden color that you would expect, and it is kind of like shaking its head even before running into things.
Hmm.
It is not doing well.
Aw, little guy doesn't look so good.
Ah,
Hey, little guy.
so trying to decide what I would do here. I do have to make an instinct roll to actually speak to it, so maybe that's the play.
Hmm.
All right, and that is a 13 with hope, and I needed a 12 based on this ability. On a success, they'll give you the information they know. On a roll with fear, their information may be limited or come at a cost. Um, so I think I will be like, "Hey, did you see some statues? Also, do you want some like water or something? You okay?"
Statues. There was some big folk that came past. They went towards the other people, and it seems confused a little bit.
Hmm.
Hmm. Uh, hey, Finland, Kahaldi.
Yeah?
The canary says that there were some other people. Also, it's not like doing good.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'd like hold it or something, but wow.
I-
Yeah,
If if you can tell it to come over to me, I could help it out. Maybe.
Yeah, why don't you go hang out with my friend Kahaldi? They're real sweet, a little bit gullible. You could probably skim some seeds from her.
and at the mention of seeds, it kind of perks up a little bit. It's still kind of twitchy, but it will attempt to fly to Caldi and just like hit the grass in front of Caldi and kind of end up sprawled on its back with its wings outspread.
Oh, oh, little one. All
Seeds?
these big cans kind of come down to hold it. Um, and um, Cahaldi, kind of quietly, whispers, um, Cleara, take care of this little one, help them recover. Um, and I'm going to use my sparing touch
Aw.
to
Ooh,
clear 2 hit points or stress from this thing.
okay. So as you do that, it does seem to have a moment of a little bit more clarity. I am going to spend a point of fear here and let you know that this canary's heart is not beating.
Oh,
And it looks up at you and says, I was Cheddar. Who were you?
do I understand it?
No.
Oh,
But
oh,
Highland
it's just
but Highland but Highland would.
Yeah, Highland has hopped up on your back and says, it says it was Cheddar. That doesn't make sense. Maybe change its name.
the
Was there
cheese.
was there another like student that we know of named Cheddar?
No. It's
Okay.
not a name that's familiar to you.
Um, guys, I I don't think I, its heart isn't beating.
That's not right.
Oh my God, is that a zombie canary? Wow. What does that mean in a coal mine? Holy cow.
Nothing, nothing good.
Seeds?
Uh,
It wants seeds, Kahaldi.
Oh, uh, sets it down really carefully. Starts checking. Um, uh, I I don't know if I have any seeds. Um, let let's yeah, I don't think I have any seeds. Eh, does
I,
does someone else have one?
it's up to you, but you have basic supplies. You could have some trail mix
Okay.
or something on you
Maybe
if you would
maybe
like.
maybe my trail mix. Maybe if I like crumble it up, it'll be okay.
Hmm.
Pull something out, kind of rub it together, soften it up, loosen it up, break it
Probably
up into
nuts and
pieces
berries
and
in there.
sprinkle
It'll be
it
fine.
over the grass by the canary, by Cheddar.
Hmm. And Cheddar starts happily pecking away at the at this stuff, but you get the impression there is it is not a well canary.
Yeah, the canary formerly known as Cheddar. Okay.
Hmm. So it maybe doesn't understand the word statue, but it did say some big folk went towards the other people. The only other people you're aware of, given that earlier you were flying around looking to see if there was somebody else to talk to, the
Hmm.
Madame Malani's is more or less abandoned. Crinsel and
Okay.
the four of you are the only ones at the academy itself. The nearby town of what do I call it? Hillview?
Go cross.
Hillcross.
Hillcross. The nearby town of Hillcross would be the closest place where you would
Hmm.
expect to find other people.
So did Hi translate what that part? Because that part hasn't been ex okay. So then Ilya says, okay, so the not only mostly dead canary has got some food. Is there a way to like get its heart going again? Or is that like a, a thing? Colby, can you do that?
I don't I have not ever dealt with a canary without a beating heart before.
Hmm,
This is new.
I mean,
Um,
if someone's doing kind of messed up spell stuff, maybe we should get into town and tell them?
if there's big statues walking towards them, they might want to know. So something, let me get this straight. Something animated some statues
mhm.
that walked off, animated some books that flew around, and animated a dead canary.
Yeah, and now that
Okay.
you
Or it might not have ever been a living canary in the first place.
now that
Well, it
it
used
is
to be cheddar.
down on the ground and a bit closer, Finland, you can definitely sense this thing with your arcane sense.
I was
Uh,
getting ready to ask. So it reads as magical.
yeah, there is magic animating this canary, but
Sure.
it has no life force of its own.
Yeah. Would I know if it's some sort of like necromantic energy, like this is an undead canary, or some sort of like somebody had a stone canary trinket and it got animated and that's what this is. Like I don't can I tell the type of magic that's
Um, make a spellcast roll.
I can do that. It's +2. Oh, there we go. There we go. 18 with hope.
18 is more than enough. So take your hope. And yeah, this was a living canary. It has
Okay.
died, and something has brought it back to life in some way, shape, or form, but it's done so imperfectly. So it is not like truly revived, it is more animated.
Sure. Interesting. Did like when Cahaldi kind of like laid hands on it, did it actually like fix its wing and things or
Yeah, it's healed
okay.
some of the damage that had been done to the canary, and it definitely seems more lucid. Uh, it is still not right.
Yeah.
But I don't think between the four of you, you would have the capabilities to fix it.
Should should we put it somewhere it'll be safe?
Your shoulder. You want to
Um,
do you want a pet canary?
does it, yeah, maybe that would be like, I don't know. Maybe it will be like a canary in a coal mine. And when it is no longer animated. That might tell us with how long this lasts. I don't know. That's kind of
Your
grim.
mascot.
Our mascot, the ex canary. It's bleeding demised.
I mean, it's also like kind of proof, right? Because we just got to be like, oh, hey, definitely these
Mhm.
statues are walking around. And I don't know if they're wandering off in the woods somewhere and not towards town, and we're just telling people, no, let's
That's
just take it with
true.
us.
Fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay. The canary, formerly known as Cheddar, seems perfectly happy, especially if you bring some of the food with you for you to put it somewhere on somebody's
Mm.
shoulder, in a even in a pouch somewhere. However you want to carry it around. It doesn't seem to really have goals of its own. It seems kind of confused as to where it is and what's going on. It wasn't expecting to be flying around today, having formerly passed. So its schedule is clear,
Yeah,
and
it
you
was in
can bring
the
it with
canary afterlife.
you. Hmm.
And maybe it can tell us if any of the people we see are those other people.
Yeah. Who wants to
Okay.
carry Cheddar?
No
Do,
Um,
hands.
do you
yeah,
think
too
it's
small.
safe on my shoulder?
You're the biggest one. We're all small.
Okay. Do you want to tell it I'm gonna put it on my shoulder?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Caldy's gonna put you on her shoulder. So be cool.
Oh,
Caldy
okay.
leans down with their big hands and carefully scoops up this little not quite living bird and tries to set it on their shoulder. And crumbles up some more food on its shoulder. And yeah, there's that.
So where to from here?
I mean, I guess we're going to town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta go get Aryan from Lady D's.
I mean, I'm sure it's not
So
going to be any different,
Right.
but presumably leaving the library, there's probably large statue footprints. And I presumably they lead to town, but
yeah. So there is sort of grass out underneath the library window, and you do see some depressions in the grass that are probably created by very heavy stone feet. Um, but as you kind of approach the footprints follow towards the road into town, and once they hit the stone of the road, it's very difficult to kind of figure out where they went.
Mhm.
Um, Madame Melani's is up on a hill, and Hillcross is surprisingly not at the top of the hill, it's at the bottom of the hill. So it's a short trek down the hill through some forested area. uh, you manage to make the trip unmolested. As you come into town, there is on your left on the way in, there's the kind of the church to Clara, and behind that there is a an area where the town kind of bury their dead. So there's a graveyard there, and then walking into town at the main intersection, you do see a couple of the sort of the primary shops, the ones where the kids tend to spend the most time. So you've got Lady D's and the. Hang on, let me just check some things. Uh, Lady D's and a clothing shop called Indigo Threads on the left hand side. On the right hand side of the intersection, there is the Waxed Wyvern, which is kind of um, a music shop, and just behind that, there is an area known as the Tinker's Hub, which is sort of a large barn that's more of a kind of a maker space to encourage the kids to get involved in some kind of crafting.
Mhm. So I don't suppose there's any chaos we're hearing, like giant statues walking through town would might make cause some hubbub.
Doesn't seem to be.
All right.
Seems to be
Ilya is up in the
a normal
air looking
sleepy day in
around.
Hillcross.
Okay. Strange.
As
Let's
you
just go
approach,
somewhere then.
yeah, as you kind of get closer in the town, you do see a poster up out the front of Lady D's that says, "If you have you seen Cheddar?" And it's a picture of a little canary. And if
Oh
so,
no.
please send word to the Global Alley. Free lane booking for information.
Well,
Well,
good news and bad news.
mhm.
Oh no. Well, should we contact them? Or
Yeah, we might want to
Well,
do that
We should.
first, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know where the statues are, so let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Global Alley is kind of at the far end of town. It's a very large building. It's a magical bowling alley, and as you come in, the proprietor is a Qatari gentleman by the name of Omerson Abiri, and he's kind of taking the time while most of the kids are out of town to do some renovations and some repairs. He's shut down all of the lanes so that he can work on the place. He's pretty handy. He's got his tools out and is banging away at something. I don't even know what you would fix in a bowling alley, but there is some part of it. He's pulled up one of the floors on one of the lanes and is putting down new boards.
Is is Highland still a cat?
I was gonna say, I think Hi has procked onto, hey, your bird is dead, is news that best comes from someone who is not in a cat shape. So yes, Highland is now uh, in, its traditional druid attire, a
Hmm.
goblin once more.
Awesome.
Also, I was going to enjoy the juxtaposition between a humanoid cat person and uh, what looks like a pet cat.
A cat, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
perhaps surprisingly, Cheddar didn't seem to react negatively to the cat. You would think a canary would be concerned by a cat, but didn't seem to be. So as you come in, he's got some. Sorry, what's the NPC's name? Emerson is. He's got some loud music playing and is banging away at the floor, so you don't. He doesn't hear you come in. What do you do?
Trying to think of how to get his attention with an illusion.
Bahali puts a little seed in their hand and encourages the cheddar to get onto their hand,
Hmm.
and then just kind of starts walking in a very somber fashion uh, towards the proprietor.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Whoa. Oh, hey, hey.
Oh,
I wasn't expecting any kids to still be in town. Like, you're all. Wait, is that?
holds out a hand.
And
I,
you see the color completely drain out of his face.
Hmm.
Uh,
I'm
what?
really sorry. Uh we found cheddar up at the school. Um, they were flying kind of wrong, and something is keeping them moving, but they're not alive any longer.
Oh, uh, are you sure it's Cheddar? Cheddar died. He kind of looks around. I, I didn't,
Uh,
I didn't have the heart to tell Nessie. She loved that bird,
Aww.
and I just kind of buried her quietly, and I wanted to take the posters down so people would stop looking, but I didn't want her to know that had happened, so I thought I'd leave them for a little bit. I figured nobody would find them.
Where did you bury them? Up
Just
by the school?
yeah, I suppose it was up the hill a little ways,
Okay. Hmm.
and and I mean, you said you
well, I
said that
mean,
that
they said their name was Cheddar, so sort of assume it's the same bird.
Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe Cheddar's like a family name of canaries. Maybe there's lots of Cheddars flying around. I don't know, but
We think something went uh, something or someone got into something at the school, and there's been some weird things happening there. We're
You haven't seen any walking statues, have you?
No. And he kind of holds out his hands to get
Hmm.
Shadow in to hop into his hands. I guess. I mean, is it safe? Could I could give it back to Nissy. She would be so thrilled to see Cheddar again. I just, if it's dangerous,
Oh,
I don't want.
Hi looks at Finland.
I mean,
I wouldn't. We don't know how long that Cheddar will remain with us, since Cheddar is technically an ex-canary.
I would say animation magic usually has an expiration.
okay, okay.
but
Uh,
maybe you could do something nice, like uh, let the person know that this is an opportunity to say goodbye, and that Cheddar is going to fly away and needs to leave. That
yeah.
might be
I
nice
mean,
to be able to say goodbye.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I think I can do that. Listen, thank you so much for this. The lanes are closed at the moment, but for sure, the four of you, you come in sometime next week. You've got a free night of bowling on me. All right. Uh, I really appreciate this,
Of
and
course.
I'm gonna spend
But no
another point of
statues.
fear, and you hear screaming outside. You hear
Oh,
somebody
there we
Yay!
go.
calling out outside.
Outside I go.
Yep.
Minute.
About face.
You hear the pat of Hyland's feet as she runs after.
Uh-huh. So as you come to the front of the global alley, you see a large furbolg running down the street, clutching flowers to his chest. This is Draben Fullbreath. He is the laundromancer in town. So he runs the laundromat, but it is more than just a laundromat.
Romancer.
This is if something magical gets into your clothes, it can be really difficult to get out. And Draben is an expert at getting that stuff out. And he's just
Mm.
running down the street bellowing, "Help!"
What happened?
Draben, hi. Hey, can we help?
Me to stain you couldn't be?
And he's like, hey kids, run! And you see
I mean, yeah.
coming around the corner behind him, there are first off, there is a large swarm of flying books that are
Oh no.
flapping down the
What's going
street
on here?
towards him, and then behind them comes two massive statues that are they shouldn't be moving. They're made of stone, and they are running down the street, and they are swiping at these books as they come. Uh, there is a large fawn figure and a large human figure that are swinging around. They
Oh
are
my
approaching
goodness.
rapidly. What do you do?
Time to
Um,
cast some magic.
Fly up. Like, yikes.
Hmm.
Um, and no sign of like anyone animating them. They are just animated. Hmm.
They do seem to be just animated.
All right. Well, I say, so here, hold this, Kahaldi. Uh, Go over there, and I hand one end of a rope,
Okay.
Okay.
and I direct Kaldi to one side of the road, and then I'm going to buzz towards the other side of the rope and swoop back behind the statues, doing my best imitation of a snow speeder around an AT-AT, getting the legs and seeing if
Hmm.
I can't make them fall down.
Which one are you going after, the human or the fawn?
Human fawns can jump more, so maybe he'd get out of it. I don't know.
Okay. As you get closer to the fawn statue, to the human statue, sorry, the books seem to notice you, and they seem to sort of turn towards you, and so a swarm of books is now somewhat on your tail, and they are going to engulf you in a moment.
Okay. When they
In it,
do, I have a thing I will do. So I have a whirlwind attack that will hit
okay,
everybody within area. So
alrighty. Uh, Finland, you mentioned that you were going to do something magical. I want to give everybody a moment to do something before this kicks off. This is a combat encounter at this point,
Yeah, I was gonna
unless you can find some way to make it not. But
yeah, I was gonna get out in the middle of the street and just get ready to hit the statues with some magic.
what does that look like? What does Finland's magic look like?
Oh, that's a good point because I haven't thought about it. Let's see. Yeah, because I didn't take the element because that was the other like one of the sorcerer options is like an elemental thing, right? And
Yes,
I didn't do that one. I took the other one. Yeah, I took
yours
primal
is
origin.
yours is more primal.
Um, hmm. I mean, I think since I'm a halfling and a wildborn, I think there's still kind of a like a naturey feel to it. So maybe like, you know, wind and vines and leaves, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Galdi.
Well, Caldy's been told to hold the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that Caldy kind of said, "Oh, okay," holding onto the rope, getting ready to try to trip something.
Okay, and hi.
Yeah, I think Kai is going to spend 3 hope to transform
Ooh,
into a beast form without marking stress,
okay.
and will choose an additional strength. In Finland, as you sort of square up, you hear a snarl, and you see a especially jacked coyote running up next to you,
yeah.
and plant its feet and growl at the statue and books, and then it looks over and gives you a wink.
Okay. So that gives us enough setup for the book swarm to catch up to Ilya and start to sweep around. I will let you know that the swarm of books has a passive ability that anybody that it's kind of engulfed has disadvantage on attacks against anything other than the swarm itself.
Okay.
So as pages are kind of flapping around you, hardcover books are flapping their covers. They are swarming around you, making it very difficult to fly. What does Ilya do?
So Ilya says, "Well, this is annoying." So she's got the rope and she draws her rapier or whatever she's got, her little weapon, her short sword. Or no, she has, that's what it is. She puts the rope in her teeth and pulls her 2 blades, broadsword and short sword. That's what it is. And
Hmm.
then she does a little whoop. She starts spiraling like a drill through the air. Or if you are an old school console gamer like M. Bison's attack there, where he spins through the air at the enemy,
Uh-huh.
and creates a little whirlwind of blades. When I make a successful roll against a target within very close range, I can spend a
Which
hope
this
to use the
is.
attack roll against all other targets within very close range. All additional
Okay.
adversaries I succeed against this ability with take half damage. So I don't know if we're treating the. I guess the question is, are we treating the swarm like a single entity that we're rolling against, or do I? If because if not, then if we are, I don't need to spend the hope to attack other creatures. Or
So
should I do that so I can hit all of them?
yeah, so the Swarmer box is considered a single kind of entity on the field. If you do want to spend the hope, you can deal potentially extra damage to it. So I'll give you the half damage. You can do one and a
Okay.
half times damage to it.
Well, then, yeah, it also looks cool to do a whirlwind. So I will
Right.
spend a hope
And I want people to use their abilities
and
because they're cool.
right, that's what it's here for. So,
Hmm.
all right, I get a, because I'm using a broadsword, I get a +1 to my attack rolls,
Hmm.
and this is going to be de agility. So I am doing 2d12 +3 on the dice roller.
Hmm.
So that is 1, 2, 3. And then I just go boink. Oh no. Okay, that's good. 15 with hope.
15 with hope is sufficient to hit.
All right. And so
So
then
then,
let me add the hope back. I'm actually not going to add the hope. I'm going to put it on my Slayer dice. Um,
whoa.
so whenever I roll hope, I can put a d6 on that card and then use it later for things.
Okay.
Um,
I know
and
Cahaldi is just
hmm?
tracking that underneath the card. Just drop the number one
Yeah, I'll
underneath.
just put one.
Seems to be
Okay.
the easiest way to do it.
And so then I do the attack, which is 1d8 plus 1, but I'm using the second weapon, so it adds plus 2 more. So that's
Hmm.
1d8 plus 3 damage. And I do a damage roll, and this is a d8, and I'm doing 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to like that. Okay, so I did 7 damage, so plus 3 more, I guess,
Plus
for
three
one and a
more gets
half.
it to,
So
yeah.
10.
Plus three more gets to 10, which is
Uh-huh.
it gets into the major damage territory, so it will knock off
Nice.
two hit points worth of stuff here. So I will tell you that each hit point of books is about 10 books. So with this whirlwind attack, you managed to knock about 20 books out of the air, uh, which is about a third of this swarm of books. Uh,
Okay, 60 books is a big swarm.
right. This is a lot of books out of the library. If you potentially had cleaned up the library, you would have noticed about 60 books seem to be missing from the shelves.
This is like a grad
At
school reading
least.
list. Oh my goodness.
Right. This is intense study time.
Mm.
Uh,
And then of course the
Highlight and
goal is to just continue through the books so that I can do my little
mhm,
snow speeder.
right. So the one of the ways that combat works in Daggerheart is as long as you continue to roll with hope, the heroes can kind of retain the initiative and keep doing things until I spend a point of fear to kind of take over. So uh, Ilya is continuing to fly around to try and catch the human statue. Cahaldi's holding the rope. Finland and High. We have the halfling sorcerer and a truly jacked jackal. No, coyote.
Uh, and I think Finland, you can see that Hai is sort of crouched and ready, and on your lead will follow.
Okay. In that case, I will unleash chaos, which is what Finland does. I mean, it is the name of the ability, but it's also what Finland does.
That feels like a shirt.
Uh,
In that case, I shall unleash chaos.
that would be a great shirt. So I'm going to make a spell cast roll against a target within far range. And I'm also going to use manipulate magic to mark a stress to add an additional target. So I want to hit both statues.
Okay.
Nice. Oops, that didn't go where I wanted it to. So that gives me one stress. And then I'll make a spell cast roll. I will. Feels like YOLO is appropriate to this.
Sure. So you
So I'll
can
spend a
spend
hope
spend a spend a hope to
for the
throw
+2.
that on there.
Yeah, so that's plus 3.
And as you roll, let us know what does unleashing chaos look like.
I think in this case, with these things kind of running down the street, I think I was picturing just like sort of like these arcane like razor leaves, like just blasting out of my hands, and like wind and like razor sharp leaves just flowing out towards the statues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 18 with fear.
18 is
Mm.
sufficient. So
Okay.
I will take the fear and I'll react after your damage roll.
Okay. So for damage, I'm just gonna use both of my chaos points. So should I make one damage roll or one against each?
Make one damage roll because I think it is just
I
simple.
didn't know if I would do separate since there's two targets.
No, no. I think you
Okay,
hit both. It's the same attack hitting both, so you'll do the
gotcha. Okay.
damage to both of them in one.
So since I spent both, that's gonna be 2d10. Oh, can I? I assume I can't. Can I use Primal Origin more than once on the same?
Let's look. There's Primal Origin. Primal Origin allows you to modify the essence of magic itself. After you cast a spell or make an attack using a weapon that deals magic damage, you can mark a stress to do one of the following. Extend the spell or attack's reach by one range.
It does say
Gain a,
one of
pl-
the following. Okay.
gain a +2 bonus. Yeah, so presumably you can, but
Okay.
you would need to mark a stress for each time that you do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I won't go on it. I'll just roll the 2d10.
Okay.
So 6.
6 on 2d10 is actually below the lower threshold for
Oh
the
no.
construct. So
Uh,
that is going to it'll do one point of harm to each of them. You do kind of notice as this goes, I mean, which is still good. You do notice as the razor leaves flow towards these statues that it doesn't do as much damage as you might expect. It's sort of the statues seem to kind of shrug it off a little bit. Uh, do you have a reaction that I can use here? And I think the human statue is in the process of being tied up, but I think the fawn is relatively unmolested, and it is just going to run towards Finland. Uh, you notice
No.
you notice at the last moment before it gets to you, you notice that it is holding a shovel in its hand, and you notice this
no.
as the shovel swings down and kind of heads towards your face. I am going to make an attack roll against you. And D4. No, I'm rolling the wrong thing. So when the GM rolls in this game, the you're rolling 2d12, I'm rolling d20s. So my rolls are much swingier than yours. This is against your evasion to see whether or not I
Yep.
can actually hit you. Unlikely, it's a 9 is
No,
Finland's
evasion's
evasion.
11.
Okay, so Finland manages to dodge out of the way of this giant shovel. In comparison to Finland, the head of a shovel is probably bigger than your head as it swings around. And from there, I'm going to take our first break, and we'll come back and see what our jacked coyote manages to do in response. It is 9 minutes to, so let's come back on the hour.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, it looks like everyone's back. Uh, Hi. Finland has just been assaulted by this giant fawn statue holding a shovel. You notice that the human is also holding a shovel with some fresh dirt still stuck to the head of the shovel.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, what do you do?
Listen, I know Highland sometimes gives Finland a rough time, a hard time, but certainly no one else is allowed to beat on its friends with shovels. So I was gonna go in and uh I think she just says bark. She still has her normal voice, and will lunge forward and attempt to grab the leg of the statue, and classic dog shaking back and forth. Uh,
Hmm.
so that is the,
Is your intent to do
okay.
damage or to do something else in this moment?
Uh, do damage.
Okay,
Although that was a 10 with fear, so I think maybe that's not gonna happen.
it does not. It's
You
you.
can do it. You can do it high. You can take it down. I'm going to be using Kahaldi's reassurance ability.
Okay.
Once per rest, after an ally attempts an action roll, but before the consequences take place, you can offer assistance or words of support. When you do, your ally can re-roll their dice. You don't let them hurt Finland.
Uh, yeah, and I think Highland sort of like uh chomped seemed to have no effect. Releases a statue and says, "Yeah." And we'll try to chomp again. We'll see how this goes. 16 with fear.
16 with fear is sufficient to latch on to the back of this creature's leg. Uh, Fawns have what is it called when you have backwards knees? There's a
Didgeridoo?
yes. So it has that, and you manage to grab hold of the lower part of its leg. Uh,
Thanks
so
for harder.
roll damage on it, and then
All
we'll see
right.
a reaction.
And because this is the same attack, can I do both hobbling strike and pack hunting? When you see an attack roll, you can mark a stress to make the target temporarily vulnerable. Unless you say I can't, I'm going to.
I believe you can. Things that require you to spend stress, I think you can stack those things perfectly fine. You just need to keep spending stress to do it.
All right, so this latched on grab with teeth is temporarily hobbling this farm, making it vulnerable for the next attack. And
Okay.
also, because Finland attacked this and was the ally who acted immediately before me, I will add a d8 to my damage roll because
Okay.
I'm a pack hunter. So that's 2d8 plus 2, 13 damage.
13
Well, I guess
damage
not
is
damage, but for the thresholds.
yes. It is enough to do sort of major damage to this construct as you manage to tear a chunk out of the back of its stone leg, and it doesn't seem to be standing quite right, which is putting it off balance and making it vulnerable. Uh, that is actually enough to do. So you get the 2 points of damage from hitting the threshold. Also, for some reason, you notice that this attack is uh, more. Uh, it has more of an effect than Finland's magic seemed to. The magic seemed to bounce off of this thing. The physical attack seems to definitely uh, do a little more in this moment. The fawn is going to respond again, but before it does, because you rolled with fear, I'm going to have the swarm of books go, and it is going to try and hit Ilya as they appear to be doing damage to it. It is going to lash out and try and hit this bothersome fairy in their midst. It doesn't have a great chance here, but let's roll it and see what happens. Ooh, it's a 13 to hit.
So my evasion is 13. Does that mean it hits?
Yes, that
Okay,
would be
so I will mark a
sufficient to hit.
stress
Okay.
to do what's called the well, it's a wings ability, the fairy. While flying, you can spend a stress after an adversary makes an attack to get +2 to your evasion.
Okay. Enough to kind of dodge out of the way. So the
Yep.
the swarm of
Whoa.
books seems to contract around Ilya, trying to reduce the amount of space that Ilya has to fly, but Ilya's wings are too agile and manage to keep her out of the way. The human statue is continuing to move forward. It is going to come at Kahaldi. Uh, the rope is kind of, I would say, half around it. It is going to take a little bit of effort to get around it, especially while being swarmed and distracted by these books. Uh, but the human statue is going to rush forward, and I will spend a point of fear to hold on to the initiative for the moment. And it is going to swing its shovel towards Kahaldi, who is holding the other end of the rope. It seems unlikely to be able to hit this flying fairy, but it's going to give Kahaldi a much bigger target. That is a 19 to hit.
More than enough.
Okay. The damage system is not prepared for me to do this, so I'm going to have to roll this off of our roller.
Actually, am I in very close with Cahalti?
I would say no, because you are very close with Finland and a fawn statue. So the
Eh,
human has moved around to try and get engaged with Cahaldi.
alas, never mind.
Cahaldi, this is a stunning blow. It is going to deal 17 points of damage as the
Ooh.
shovel connects.
Okay, that's severe.
Okay,
Yeah, that takes 3 out of the 8. Thunk.
serious hit.
This slams into Cahaldi's head, and there's a ringing sound, and Cahaldi stumbles back a little bit, catching their catching their balance.
Okay, how do you respond?
Ow! Drops. Uh, you know that hurt. Cahaldi grabs and twists the rope around and does a forceful shove.
Okay,
One of their abilities to knock this thing back. Make attack with your primary weapon against a target within melee range. On a success, you deal damage and knock them back to close range. So, I don't have any of the details of doing this unarmed. I'm gonna assume this is strength related.
yeah, yeah, you can make a strength attack roll.
All right. Let's just go for it. Oh, 10 with fear.
10 with fear is insufficient.
Yeah.
Uh, do you
Oh,
want? Can you do anything about that? I'm not sure that you can. So you loop the rope around and try and pull it taut against this.
and apparently Cahaldi is still spinning, reeling a little bit from the blow and can't get their momentum going straight. And just kind
Yeah,
of tugs effortlessly.
and this human statue seems unmoved by Bargia attempts to trip it up. Uh, you rolled with fear, so I'm going to take that point of fear, and the fawn statue is going to strike out at this jacked coyote, and we will see what happens there. Yeah, that is a 24 to hit. I believe that's going to hit.
Hmm. Yeah, that'll do it.
That is 18 points of physical damage from this huge statue.
Bonk.
Ow. Yeah, that's definitely major. So,
Hmm.
you hear a yelp, and this coyote looks uh bad.
Yeah, that's beyond major. That's severe, right? So
Yes,
as this,
correct. That's the top one that is 3.
yeah, so the shovel just cracks down on the back of this coyote, and
Mm.
uh, who do we want to go to? Finland, Finland. This statue just took a swipe at you, and you managed to kind of dodge out of the way. You could feel the wind of the shovel going past your face.
Yeah. And also it hit my coyote friend,
Sure did.
which is not cool.
Throwing rocks on the
Well,
damage.
yeah. I also realized, and it wasn't worth retconning, I realized I have a thing that lets me reroll damage, so I'm gonna remember that from now on.
Hmm.
Mm.
But I am gonna spend a stress to replenish my Unleash Chaos card.
Okay.
So why not? Um, and then I think since this one's just in my face, like I'm not even gonna try to
Mm.
um hit both at once or anything. I'm just gonna put put everything into this guy.
Okay.
And the
Um,
fawn is vulnerable right now. Oh, yeah.
it is vulnerable,
oh,
so
what's
you are attacking with advantage.
oh sweet. In that case, yeah, I think it's just a straight attack. Okay, so standard advantage, spellcast. What can I do? I could use Primal Origin, but I kind of want to use it to, well, yeah, why not? I've got a
Your arcane
I've
sense
got
is
a minor
absolutely
stamina potion, so it'll be fine.
your arcane sense is absolutely going off as well as you
I
feel the
bet.
presence of these things. The swarm of books and both statues are being animated with magic. If that wasn't clear, I believe it probably was clear, but
Yeah.
you
Oh
can
wait, did I
feel
roll the
them.
wrong thing? I rolled the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong tab. 1 second. I need to roll this tab. It was on the GM tab apparently. Okay,
Hmm.
here we go. 17 with fear.
17 with fear is sufficient.
Okay. And I'm gonna spend both my tokens again to do. I'm gonna do 2d10 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna I'll just spend it now because I know I'm going to probably. Well, let's see how well I roll. I might double one of these.
Hmm.
So there's no bonus to damage. It's
Ah,
just
Oh
yes.
yeah, I keep forgetting about armor. Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
I totally should have been using that.
2d10.
I don't have that,
Uh,
so
9 and 4. I'm gonna. Oh yeah. So I'll spend a stress using Primal Origin to double the 9,
okay.
and I just want to do a shitload of damage.
Brings you to 22 points of damage, which is enough to beat its high threshold. Against the fawn, it was vulnerable, so that is enough to do 3 points of damage. It is looking very shaky at this point, but still standing. Uh, do you want to back up at all?
Uh, I yeah. Well, no, no.
No?
I'll stay there shoulder to shoulder with Island.
Okay. You did roll with fear, so I'm going to take that fear.
Yep.
And uh, can I have the books have another go at Ilya?
Let's do it.
Seems
Then I want to attack. Although we
very
have to have hope, I guess, for that.
very unlikely to be successful. So that is an 11, which I believe is way
Nope.
lower than your threshold. So
Yep.
Ilya just managing to stay out of the grasp of these creatures. Ilya, how do you respond? Are you continuing to try and strike at these books, or are you going to
Well,
try
so
and
I
help Pahaldi? You were holding the rope.
yeah, so I was gonna bring the rope back around, so that this creature trips over it. So I'm just trying to make the human statue fall over. I don't know exactly how you would like to rule that, if I have to spin around it 3 times, or if it's continuing forward motion and Cahaldi's stationary, is enough
I,
with me flying in the other direction to knot up its legs enough to topple it, or what?
I, I think if you can succeed at an agility roll, you will at least make it vulnerable.
Okay,
Uh,
I think I can give that a shot. All right,
you are rolling
would
with
you?
disadvantage because you're still surrounded by a swarm of books.
Okay, fair, fair, fair. Let's see here. I'm gonna make that roll, and let me double check if my little Slayer die, since we're rolling this like an attack.
Hmm.
It says whenever I can, when you make an attack roll or damage roll, I can spend any number of these Slayer dice, rolling them and adding the result. It doesn't say that I have to declare it in advance, so can I roll and then decide to add it, or is that not how it works?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, let's see how I do. Terrible. I rolled a 0
Mm.
with disadvantage. A 3 plus 2 minus 5. So no amount of Slayer dice is going to help that. There isn't, I mean, I don't even know. I don't have I would have to, okay, no, there is a thing I can do. I'd have to spend all of my current hope, and I could re-roll once. Once per session after you or a willing ally within close range make an action roll. I can spend all 3 hope. It says I have 2, but I have 3.
Hmm.
To re-roll them. So I'm going to do that because that's really bad. It can't be much worse than that, she said stupidly. Let's see
Luck
here. There we go. Let's try again.
luck bending.
Okay, that's a 15 with hope.
15 with hope
That's with
is sufficient.
disadvantage.
Yeah, so take your
Okay.
point of hope. You manage to swing around the statue enough that you are able to make it vulnerable. Its movement is restricted as the rope has gone around its legs once.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I mean, eventually I'll just make more attacks, but I rolled with hope, so if somebody else can get up in
The
there, feel free.
the swarm is continuing to flutter around Ilya. Kahaldi, this human statue, seems to be unable to take a step in any direction at
Ooh,
the moment. You have it perhaps right where you want it.
all right. Uh, Kahaldi is going to drop the end of the rope, stamp their foot down on it, pull out their great sword, and wallop this thing good and proper, hopefully.
Good,
Or
good,
at
good,
least
good.
try. Let's find
Do
out.
it.
With advantage, yes.
Yes,
Uh, 14 with fear.
14 with fear is sufficient. I will take the point of fear. Please roll damage.
Okay. So, he bop over to this.
As you crack
One of the
into it with
interesting
the
things about
great
the
sword.
Great Sword is on a successful attack, roll additional damage dice and discard the lowest.
Nice.
Yep. And I am going to definitely use the forceful push here um, to send this thing flying and mark a hope to make it vulnerable as well.
Okay.
Okay, so 2d10 plus. Okay, that should be it. The higher, that only rolled one. Well, let me roll the second die then, which would be so 11.
Okay. 11 is enough to do 2 points of damage.
Clang.
However, you do see this, like you managed to slice off a chunk of this, the human statue. I can say even the perhaps one of the hands holding the shovel, and
Ooh,
it remains vulnerable. And I think with a forceful push, you can knock it over onto its back.
yes. This would knock it back to close range from me. Knock it back over, and it flies back.
Yeah.
It
So
falls flat on its back.
as you try and
Whew.
you smack into it with the greatsword, slicing off one of its hands. It tries to take a step backwards to try and sort of absorb some of the power of the blow, and the rope around its
Mm,
legs trips it over, and it lands flat on its back, quite a few steps away from you. So it is no longer engaged with you. It remains vulnerable. It is down on the ground. You did roll with fear,
Yeah.
so
yep.
the fawn having cracked its shovel down on the jacked coyote is going to take another swing at Finland just to see if it can do something here. There's
That's
a
gonna
23.
you
Looks
know,
like it
Am I
will hit.
still very close to Finland?
You are,
there you are.
because he didn't
I
buck
would
up.
like to mark a stress to force you to reroll an attack.
Okay,
It's danger sense. Awesome.
that's an
Ooh.
11.
Watch out!
Uh, my evasion is 11.
Okay,
You have
anything
to meet it or
anybody
beat
can
it.
have to meet it.
You just have to meet it. Okay.
Yeah, so that is still sufficient to hit you,
Yeah.
unless somebody can do anything about it. I'm going to roll damage. It's
I don't
a
think so.
glancing blow. This is it'll do 6 points of damage.
Okay. So that is my lower threshold. So will that be 2 damage or?
It
So
is
I'm
two.
going to use one of my prayer dice to
Mm-hmm.
reduce incoming damage by one.
Okay. So that will make the incoming damage 5. So that would be
Oh, okay.
would ordinarily be 1 point. You can spend
Okay.
a point of armor here to reduce that to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you spend a point of armor, is it like just 1 for 1 normally?
It's every point of armor that you spend reduces the level of the damage. So at the moment it's minor
Oh,
damage.
I
Hitting
see.
armor will reduce it to no
To
damage.
effectively nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And if it was okay, cool. All right. Yeah.
Clara, keep Finland safe. A brief prayer seems to have had its effect.
I like the idea that like Finland gets himself into trouble and somehow comes out unscathed thanks to like everybody else, and he never learns. He's like, I'm untouchable.
I tell my kids all the time, what have you learned? And nothing is an option. Uh,
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna steal
I
that.
just I just wanted to be explicit. If you choose to learn nothing from this, that's your call. But
It's a
uh,
choice.
hi, you got cracked in the back with a shovel. You have a fawn's stony leg in your mouth. What do you do?
Mm,
Uh,
delish.
so the roll with fear that triggered the most recent attack was Kahaldi's attack on the human statue,
Yes.
which is now prone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think Finland seems fine. Is going to
Hasn't been hit
leap
yet.
over. Uh, yeah, unlike some of us.
Wait, I got this.
So Hai is going to, but I say leap, more sort of like hobble quickly over the fawn statue, or around the fawn statue to try and take a bite out of the human that has been so conveniently trust for him. Nope,
Okay.
him is one of the ones they don't use.
Yet the human is vulnerable, so please roll with advantage, as
I
it
would
is on
love
its
to.
back.
Yeah.
That's a 12 with hope. I'll take the hope.
You do take the hope, but it does
So
manage to kind
Kahaldi
of
here will say, strike true, take this down, and add 2 to that with their second hope die.
okay. 2 is sufficient to push it into a hit territory, so you can roll
Yeah.
damage. You would not have hit
Excellent.
without Clara's guidance in this moment.
Uh, hey, maybe there's something to this guard business after all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little pathetic. Hai is definitely not putting weight on like one of her front paws as she's like limping over and just like
Oh,
starts gnawing on it.
Mhm.
Uh, Gnaw's pretty good though. 12 damage.
12 damage is good. That is a major wound on this statue. And again, the jaws seem to be super effective here. You've seen enough now to know that the constructs, because they are made of stone, uh, physical damage is increased against them, whereas magical damage has there's no it's not that magical damage is worse; it's that physical damage is better. Uh,
cool.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Was
5.
that hope? Can I do an attack?
Yes, absolutely. So that was a roll with hope. The human statue is looking rough. The fawn statue is looking also rough, but a little less. And a
Okay.
swarm of books still looks like
So,
about 40 books floating around here, fluttering around.
so here's a question. Are the two statues within close range?
Yeah, I think you're
Are they
all
next to each other?
tangled together in a bit of a
Okay.
knot at this point. Uh,
So then I'm going to say, I am really tired of this swarm, and I'm going to see if I can't kill 41, 2 birds with 1 stone, and just zoom in again, do my little spiral. But this time I'm going to draw on my experience as a pest exterminator,
Oh,
because,
nice.
I've got a swarm of little things around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will spend a hope to my one and only hope to do a whirlwind attack, which will then hit all of them
all of them.
with my physical if I hit. So I'm going to roll. This is against the swarm, and then it'll do half damage to the two statues if, right? Because I figured the swarm. Interesting. The swarm. I mean, I don't want to meta game this too much, but do I get the vibe that the swarm's harder to hit than the statues, which is my way of saying, actually, why don't I do it against the fallen statue?
Okay. The
And
fallen
then it would
statues.
hit.
Yeah. So you get stepping out of the world for a moment and into more of a meta discussion. The construct is harder to hit than the swarm. The swarm is imposing disadvantage on attacks, and the vulnerable was imposing advantage, so it balances out. So
Yeah,
it
let's
would
hit
definitely
the.
be easier to hit the swarm, and in that moment of distraction, to hit the two constructs.
Let's do that then. Right. Okay. So that is a +4 because it's +2 plus the 2 from the experience. And boop. Oh my goodness. I roll real well. Seven's not going to be enough. Is there a chance that a oh gosh, I don't even know. I mean I could spend my Slayer dice. Actually, what I could do is I can spend up to 2d6 because I have 2 Slayer dice now. Thanks to Hope
Hmm.
rolling Hope. So I will spend 2 Slayer dice to add 2d6 to that.
Okay.
And let's see if I can do that.
I can't see your
That
rules for
added
some
12.
reason. That is definitely sufficient to hit the swarm of books. So roll damage against the swarm.
Okay. So Sam damage is going to be 1d8 plus 3. Because it's +1 and yeah, okay. Oh, I just rolled 3d8. That's the wrong button. Let me put over here. Not number of dice. I want a modifier. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, I did 8 damage to the swarm and 4 damage to each statue, which probably isn't enough to do anything more than one, but one is something.
One is definitely something, and because this is physical damage, it is more effective against the statue than a magical attack would be. So it's actually 2 against each statue,
Sweet.
which is sufficient to take out both of them. In fact.
So I go flying in with a spiral and I stop and it's like I'll make an old movie reference. It's like that the final attack in Last Starfighter.
Hmm.
And I just start spinning all over the place and then the statues crumble and I get really dizzy and I have to sit down. I'm like, oh boy, I can't do that again. Oh boy. And that was yeah.
Uh,
So- And
I
that
love
was
a
with
last
hope,
photo
so
reference.
yeah, there you go. So that's my turn.
And sorry, for some reason the dice roller is not showing me your rolls. How much damage was it against the swarm? It was 8, right?
8 and 4. I'm noticing that I'm not seeing other people's rolls. I'm only seeing my own. Am I in the wrong
Oh,
room?
I had to refresh it before it was showing the
Okay.
right thing.
Okay. I'm in Firefox, but let's see here. Now,
It's
I
showing
just
you as
saw
being
playing
in the
with
room.
friends go 5 to 6.
oh
Yep.
well, here I am. So just this is
Okay,
a test roll.
something weird.
Yep.
Okay,
13
I
with
saw
oh,
that.
fear,
that
it
one.
says. Okay.
That one
Okay,
came through.
cool. Good.
Something
Yeah, sorry
funky.
about that. I don't know what was going on.
No, that's okay. That takes out half of the remaining books as well. So this is a big moment
Nice.
for Ilya, taking out sort of a roughly 20 books, and in that moment of distraction, managing to sweep through the battlefield and knock out
Yep.
both statues.
Yay! I sit down and go, oh, I'm gonna
And
puke.
sorry, was that attack with hope or with fear?
It was. It was 7 with hope, but then I added the Slayer dice. So
7 with hope. So
yeah.
the remaining books continue to flutter around, seemingly a little bit confused and distracted in this moment. Uh, who haven't we heard from in a little while? Cahaldi.
Sure. Um, Kahaldi will um, actually just pull back their great sword, swing it around, and let it fly, guided by their faith, to strike true in the swarm against the swarm of books.
Okay,
Might as well use the abilities we got.
exactly.
So this is Spirit Weapon. I don't think I need an additional target in this. So let's just do it. I will try to I'm gonna use my guided by faith experience here as Kahaldi lets go with a prayer and lets this fly, and let's see what happens. There we go. 21 with hope.
Oh my.
Definitely a hit. Absolutely a hit.
Yes. So for damage, it is I'm gonna because it's a great sword, I'm gonna roll 2d10, but take the higher roll, and that will add 3 to the higher roll. So 13. There you go.
13 beats its highest threshold, and that is enough to take out the remaining 20 books that are flying through the
Yay!
air. The sword flies true, guided by the hand of Clara,
Swings through and then jump and then flies back to Cahaldi's hands.
and there is a moment of silence as the light in the eyes of the statues has gone out, uh, and the books have all fallen, slightly shredded. Some librarian that's off somewhere on a extraplanar adventure is likely to be upset by this, but they're not here, so it's fine. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
you
Ilya stands up and says, how about I think we should maybe we should try to figure out where they came from.
You,
Ugh,
you need some water.
I think we
yeah.
should all have a nice little sit down on the verge.
Woo. Yeah.
I'm
yes,
gonna
I
go
think
around like
Yeah.
poking the statues and the books and make sure like no more movement from anything. Everything is, but I'm yeah.
and if
is it
Oh.
Gremlins 2 where they come in at the end and somebody shoots the muck on the floor after all the gremlins have melted? It moves, sir.
Wow.
also
That's
anyone who would like to come and hang out with Hi and their little rest on the verge, you can see there's like some daffodils bloom. There's like a
Hmm.
butterfly,
mm,
and everyone who distributed as you choose. Uh, well, would anyone like one stress back?
I mean,
That
I'll
is
yeah. I took 4 stress, so yeah.
all right. Take stress,
So this is
and that is
potentially
intense.
an opportunity to use any of
Short
your
rest.
items. So some of you have healing potions, some
Oh,
of you have
Yep.
stamina potions, or if you would like, you can. This could be an opportunity to take a short rest,
Mm.
short rest kind of makes sense.
which the mechanics for that are not in the character keeper. But if you look in the other files in the folder, there is the additional sheets, Daggerheart,
Mhm.
and on the
Hmm.
third page, there's a play guide. Down the bottom of that, there is the downtime. You can take a short rest. Each of you gets to take two of the following moves, and you can use that to tend to wounds, clear stress, repair armor, or if you don't need to do any of those things, you can prepare yourself and gain 2 hope.
yay.
Sorry, gain 1 hope, but if more than one of you does it, then you gain 2 hope instead. Um,
Does anybody
so
want to prepare
do you want to take a short
with me?
rest?
Sure.
I'll go for a short
Does
rest.
give Mike some fear, but
That's
It
fine.
it also does that. I should mention that in the
It's
I
just
see
one
how
d
you
four. It'll
are.
be fine.
Cahaldi kind of sits down for a minute, holding their head where there's they took quite the blow, and like, I think I'd like to sit down for a minute.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay, me
Goes
too.
rummaging
Likewise.
through their bag, um, and grabs
So
some
going
cloth and interested in tending wounds.
okay.
No.
So going around of the actions that are there, you can each of you can take two. I don't know if we want to do
Mhm.
one round of one action and then a second round of another action.
I mean, I'm going to clear my one stress I've taken and prepare. Hopefully, someone else will prepare with me so we can each get 2 hope instead of one.
Hmm.
So I'll be clearing some stress for my action.
Okay.
Cahaldi could help prepare as well. Like, I'll help out.
Yay!
What does that look like?
We plan. Yeah, what do you think? Do we like, okay, so next time, right? if I'll go high and you go low, right? And so I'm like battle
Yeah.
strategy.
If there are any more books, something like a net would be good.
Oh, yeah.
Capture a bunch of them at once, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe burn them with fire. That's also good. Don't tell the
Ooh,
librarian I said that though.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I could be a spider, but I can't like someone would have to like hold me up butt first next to the books.
But first, sorry.
Mm.
I'm now
Yeah.
imagining somebody shouting pocket spider and just holding a spider out in their hand.
Pocket spider.
Sounds like a great strategy.
Uh,
Hmm.
and Cahaldi, not Cahaldi, Ahai is sort of holding, their poor wounded arm next to Cahaldi and wiggling and waiting for Cahaldi to help bandage it.
Okay, so we've got at least Cahaldi and Ilya are preparing and strategizing in some way, shape,
Yep.
or form. Finland and Hai, what are you doing as your first action for the short rest?
Tending
Uh,
wounds.
Tending
Clearing
wounds.
stress.
Okay. So roll a d4 plus your tier for both of you. Your tier at the moment is 1. Level 1 characters are tier 1. So d4 plus 1, and you can recover that much stress and hit points accordingly.
I guess just
I rolled a
damage.
1.
Hmm.
Get to?
Yeah, it could be worse.
Could be.
Actually,
Nice.
no, it could not. That's the worst it could be.
That is literally the worst.
I'm real good at clearing stress. I'm fine. I didn't get hit. I had a pretty good time, honestly. Had a lot of fun. It's a great time.
Yeah, me too.
Finland has
Yeah,
the best
fun.
attitude.
That was fun,
Is
right?
Does Highland remain a coyote? Is this are you literally licking your wounds, or do you come back to goblin form?
That's a good question. I think it's come back to goblin form.
Okay,
No.
I think actually, how long does that form last? Is this one of those until you rest, or it doesn't
Well,
say?
you're in beast form. Blah blah blah. If you mark your last hit point, you automatically drop out.
Okay, so it doesn't say
Does
anything. You
not
you can
say.
stay in
Yeah.
beast form
Oh,
forever.
no. It says you can drop out of this form at any time towards the top.
Yeah, so
Not when
it
you
doesn't
are
automatically end.
forced to.
So some of the features end when you rest, but this one doesn't. So you can stay in beast
Uh,
form.
but she did class clarity of nature, and I think would need to be not an animal to do that? Question mark. So I'm happy with it being a goblin right now.
Yeah, I believe it says you can speak, but you can't cast spells. So yes, you would have to turn back into a goblin to be able to cast the spell. Um, Second round of actions for the short rest.
Holly's taking the chance to actually tend their own wounds at this point.
Hmm.
That's all.
Whew.
I don't know. I don't know what my armor's made out of. I don't know. Maybe it's mostly quilted leather, but yeah. So maybe I'm stitching my armor back up or something since I did
Yep.
actually use it. So
Yeah, you have a
I'll take a
slice
minute
from a
to.
shovel blade in the front of your armor. You managed to patch that up. It's the same again. You're rolling a d4 plus your tier to repair that amount of armor, but I think you're only down 1, so the +1 does it anyway,
Automatic, yeah.
automatically.
Uh, and Ty is having had, its arm bandaged, is just lying back in this little nature spot that she's made, and cloud gazing, and has like a flower she's smelling and clearing stress. And I don't think she can fail to. Yeah,
Awesome.
looks like
So
she feels better.
Il- Ilya stepped away for a moment, but we can get her last action when she comes back. In the meantime, as you are kind of sitting on the side of the road with these statues that have sort of started to cut, they had come apart with this final strike, so they are now a collection of statue pieces on the ground, and there's scattered about all of these books on the ground, and the Furbolg, Draben Fullbreath, will come back. He's still got clutched his chest. He's got this like a bunch of bedraggled looking flowers, and comes over and just kind of sits cross-legged with all of you and says, "Wow, like thanks. That was scary, huh?"
Yeah. Where'd they come from? Where'd they find you?
Oh, I ran out of candles for the laundry shop, and the chemicals they smell pretty bad in there without the candles. It's funny. I thought I had plenty, but I opened the last box and there was nothing in there. And so I thought I'd go pick some flowers. And the flowers are best flowers in town. Everyone knows they grow in the graveyard. So uh, I
Hmm.
just went and picked some
Hmm.
flowers, and then these things they came after me, and well, they wouldn't leave me alone. So I ran away.
Yeah, so let me put it all together. Someone stole candles, which means maybe they're doing a necromantic ritual, and you saw the statues in the graveyard, and that's where dead things live. Maybe we should go to the graveyard because something is animating things and also
Things.
dead things.
Yeah, it seems pretty scary, but y'all are like big adventurers or something, right? From up at the school.
Or
You can probably
students, one
handle
of the
it.
two.
Some of us are small adventurers. Actually,
Yeah.
most of us by the sort of the numbers.
By the way, Draven, can I, um, if I happen to, one of the things I do is spin around and that makes me want to puke. If I puke and get some on my tunic, can you like take that stain out?
Oh,
Maybe give
hey,
me a little
sure.
discount for that, you know.
Yeah, look, you probably saved my life here, man. So you bring that stuff in and I'll clean it gratis, okay?
Oh, thank you. My mom would be so proud.
Your mom sounds cool.
Gets one word for it.
Okay. So from there, sounds like we're headed to the graveyard.
It sure does.
Anyone else hurt still? Or are we good?
Just got like a
Uh,
little scratch, but I'll be fine.
Oh, I took one hit point. I forgot about that. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. Yeah, I'm fine.
I think high is the only one currently injured on the character sheet, I think.
And
No,
Caholdi?
Cahaldi is
Well,
also
Holdy has
injured.
one as well, but is more concerned about others. Let me help you
Um,
out. Hi.
and while you're
Um,
doing that, Ilya has a second downtime action. I think you did prepare, and did you do a second
Oh
one?
no, prepare and I cleared one stress. I had one stress taken away, so I just marked it. I don't need to roll since I automatically get at least
Yeah, so
one. So
yeah, D4 plus one will always get rid of one. Caldi.
Cahaldi will spend 3 hope to clear 1 hit point from high. Clyra, keep high safe. Help their healing. And let them be prepared for what is to come.
Nice. Is this when Cahaldi does this? Is this a like a lay on hand situation? Does he continue to sort of bandage people, and the fact that there's magical healing going on, is that hidden or?
Um, uh, Happy to, yeah, just go ahead. You always want to keep it clean anyway. But by the time, basically, they spend a little time cleaning the wound out, before bandaging it and say, there, look, see, good as new. No need for the bandage.
Hey, it
Cool.
does feel better.
All right.
Okay,
And I will let
I
you all
think
know
we're
that
going to the graveyard.
I rolled my d4 for your short rest for the fear and collected 4 fear, which leaves me at 11 fear out of 12.
Oh wow.
Delicious.
Okay, cool. Time for pain.
Good thing there's nothing we're gonna have to fight in the graveyard.
That's right.
Surely not.
Fear in a graveyard. That's silly.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, Draven, have you seen Arjun around?
No, man, I don't think so. I mean,
Oh, okay.
he came into the
Well, if you
shop the other
do,
day to pick up
if
some stuff for his grandma.
oh, okay.
Uh, I think it's
Well,
been
if
a
you
couple
do,
of days.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Is his
I
grandma
kind of,
dead?
What?
No,
I mean, the
man,
bird was dead.
it's a
his
fair question.
his grandma's Lady D. She runs the milk shop. I
Um,
I like it in there. It's got a cool vibe, you know?
Hmm.
The milk's tasty too.
Especially when
I
Lady
love
D does
milk.
it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Right?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
I make slogans for businesses sometimes. It's a thing.
That's
and you
really
see
cool.
Draven probably a half beat too late just gives a slow laugh. Just she should put that on the window.
Delightful. It's de-lovely. No, that doesn't work.
All right. So you walk back through town. The street has been churned up a little bit by these statues coming through. Everyone, if there was anybody on the streets, they have taken this moment to kind of hide away. Uh, but you do see that the businesses are kind of opening up. It's magical mishaps are a hazard of deciding to settle next to an adventuring academy, and you approach on the outskirts of town, on the entrance in between the Madame Melani's and the town. You come up and you turn to the right, and there is the church, and next to that there is the gate into the graveyard. You can even see from here that the ground has been churned up a bit between the graves. Obviously, the statues have run through here at high speed, and you see a couple of books just scattered around the place, down on different graves. That maybe the magic had run out on them early, and they had fallen to the ground. And with that, we will take our
Mm.
second break. We're at
Aha.
Okay.
about we're at about 10 to. We can come back uh, on the hour again.
Sounds good.
Recording is restarted, and we enter the graveyard. The ground here is churned up. The smell of kind of fresh earth hits your nostrils. Also, though, the smell of pleasant flowers in this area. Um, both because people tend to bring flowers to people's graves, but also just because the priest of Clara, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, asked the chapel, is he tends the area to keep it nice and kind of beautiful for the
Asta.
people coming to visit. Yeah, so Astor has kept the place quite pleasant up until today, when the ground has been a bit churned up, and as you wander in between the graves, you notice that the statues seem to have been somewhat reverent in that, like, they haven't trodden on any graves or anything. They've just been walking in between in the
Hmm.
normal walkways. They seem to have been doing a circuit, and they just happened to be in a place where you couldn't see them when you came past into town in the first place. As you wander around, though, you do notice that three graves have been dug up, and you know that the
Hmm.
statues were holding shovels. The tombstones on these graves mark them as a half elf by the name of Galanthakima, a gnome by the name of Kalman Lighteyes, and a halfling by the name of Teddy Quickfingers. And on everybody's grave, there is a inscription indicating that they were responsible for the destruction of a particularly nasty dragon in the nearby city of. Perhaps I should have had this present in my notes. Caravan. The nearby city of Caravan was attacked by a dragon, and some of you would know this just from your own studies. It was attacked by a dragon 40 years ago, and uh, you know that four heroes rose up to kind of defeat this dragon and then kind of disappeared, and three of them happened to have been buried in this graveyard. You are muted.
When you're muted.
Nobody knows what happened to number 4? Thank you.
Uh, no, give me I would like a roll for this. Anybody can make a knowledge roll to try and recall what you know about the fourth individual.
I'll leave that to Smarty Pantses.
So that is a 3, but it's a critical success from high.
That counts,
Awesome.
right?
That's amazing. So a 3 critical success. So I believe on a critical success, you take a hope.
Yeah.
And clear a stress if you still have one available to you. And I will give you the answer. So the fourth person was somebody by the name of Dora Campion, human woman.
Oh.
But you don't
I
know
think
what became of Dora.
High's looking at the graves and like, oh yeah, where's Dora? There's a really popular goblin traveling puppet show about her. But I mean, it's all goblinese, so you probably wouldn't.
Oh, is that the one about the Explorer, Dora?
Yeah, she's got a magical sack. Yep.
Yeah. I'm
What do
sorry.
we know? What do you know about Dora? Was she a magician? Did she dabble in the dark arts? Did she digging her friends back up?
Mike, what are the relevant things
So,
that High remembers from this puppet show?
right. So you remember from the puppet show some things about the individuals that took out this dragon. It was a half-elven ranger, a gnome cleric, a human fighter, and a halfling rogue. And Dora was the human fighter.
Oh,
So it doesn't quite match up with what you know that Dora would be digging up her dead companions. That doesn't sound right.
certainly not animating statues to do it for her.
I was going to say, on
No.
the other hand, whoever's using this magic doesn't seem to be very good at it.
Yeah, they might be going after Dora. Like if maybe Dora is still alive somehow. I don't know how long ago this was, with the three of them being dead now.
So you probably would have remembered the funeral for Kalman Light Eyes, the gnome cleric. He was the most recent to pass. You've been living near Hillcross for sort of the last 6 to 9 months, I would guess. This is your first year at the college, and so you may not have known Kalman very well, but you know that the town was sad when Kalman passed
Sure. So it is
earlier
recent.
this year.
Okay.
That one is recent. The
So
other two, to the best of your knowledge, and looking at the tombstones, they have died sort of a decade ago.
gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
This is just wrong. You don't go digging up heroes' graves.
Yeah, I mean, unless they've maybe got like a really nice sword in there, but otherwise, no.
Are there because the graves are dug up, there's holes there. Are there like coffins with holes smashed in them or anything like that? Or
Yep.
I don't know how we're burying people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any
absolutely.
other? There's only these graves, though, disturbed. There's not any others around, right?
Somebody can make me an instinct roll to see if there is any other disturbance around the graveyard.
I think High will sort of scooch on its belly and peer into the graves. Does it look like the coffins were smashed in or smashed out?
Oh, good question. They were smashed in.
And is it clear that the coffins are empty?
Yes.
Okay.
Ian, very smart. I
Um,
mean, okay, so I can take somebody up and say, look around. Who's got better eyes than me? And you literally see Ilya go like this, like, oh, I, my allergies are bothering me. Here, you look. I'm gonna
It's all
fly
the
up.
flowers. All the flowers in
I
the
know. I
graveyard.
mean,
Too much
oh.
pollen in the air.
I'm underborn. We don't have all this like little dirt in the air. Gross. Dirt is on the ground.
Well, I'll look around, but I'm more curious about disturbances leaving these graves. Like, is there any obvious paths through the flowers and stuff leading away from the graves? Like, we might be able
Yeah,
to
cool.
figure out where.
Make the instinct roll. I don't know if Ilya, are you wanting to mechanically help out here, which will cost a hope, or is this more of a flavor help?
Flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't feel like important enough to.
Mhm.
So let's see. I get +2.
Well,
That'll do it. 22 with hope.
22
Oh
will
my
hope
goodness.
with hope will absolutely do it. Uh,
I need more things to spend hope on. I'm just full.
you're flush with hope. Yeah, you
I'm
can't
flush
gain
with
more
hope.
hope once you're at 6.
Yeah.
Use the help
Uh,
action more.
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
So you fly up and you notice that the tracks through the graveyard have mostly been on the main sort of paths. And but one thing that you notice, so it looks like the statues were doing like a circuit around the graveyard at some point. But there is a section in the middle of the graveyard which has like an old crypt where the first person was sort of buried, and it does
mm.
appear as if the tracks kind of duck into where that crypt is and then come back out in like a V shape. So whereas they've just been walking around in a circuit around the graveyard, it does seem as if they've visited that crypt.
Well, the good news, I've found tracks. The bad news,
Oh,
we should probably take a look in that, see what's in that crypt, because somebody visited it recently.
I should go first.
Hmm.
You know what? You should do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Is it
Okay.
you have to duck down to
I
fit in?
mean, if we want to be sneaky about it, I could, become something small and skittery.
Like a
Um,
spider?
I mean, I
I
doubt
was
there's
thinking like
anything
a,
still there, but
Rat?
yeah, rats are nice.
I like rat.
okay.
So
Unless they're
you
pests.
you
Then I
I
have
mean,
to
approach
if
move
the
them.
Caldy's going in first, then I'll just stand behind her.
So you approach the door of this crypt, and
Yeah.
to the best of your knowledge, it has been sealed the whole time that you've been here. You can see that the door has been opened and then closed. It is a large, heavy door, and you can see where it's scraped across the ground. There is a little gap at the top, if Highland wants to try and sneak in. But other than that, it's going to take some serious strength to get this door open.
fine. We're gonna try. Is there like any sort of like plaque or carved, like, is there any sort of like name that's been carved into this, or like a family name or anything like that?
Yeah, this is the tomb of Sir Hillcross. So the town is named
Um,
after a famous
Oh,
knight that adventured across the entire sort of fantasy land, probably at this point 400 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Hey, maybe it could be nothing in there. It could be like a helpful map with like where they're going next marked on it. I'll just pop in, take a look, tell you I see.
could
Yeah.
be another
Dora
empty
does
coffin.
like maps.
And scrunkle hair, crunching a bone, etc. And then before you is, I think, just a common brown rat. Gives you a little uh,
you need any help?
salute. Oh, actually, yeah, please, that'd be great.
Caldy scoops up by the rat and reaches up to the area where there's a gap.
Uh, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, you actually can say if I'm back in like 1 minute, could you, just come look for me?
Okay. I'll start working on the door after you go in.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay. So high you drop to the ground inside the tomb. The air in here is cool, but not particularly damp. Uh, and the first thing that you notice is that while this tomb from the outside looks like a medium-sized sort of stone building, as you go in, the first thing that you see is that there are steps down to go deeper under the earth. This is a much bigger tomb than it appears on the outside. And I think, can you, as a rat, I'm going to say you have sufficient kind of ability to see in the dark, because it is pitch black in here.
Uh, little nose, sniff, 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 sniff. Does she smell any lavender?
Yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. Yes, it smells like lavender in here. In fact, I can go further than that and tell you that there is uh, a pool of melted wax by the staircase that
Hmm.
smells of lavender.
And I think just in the dark, you can hear a very small, ratty voice say, "Bingo!" And Cahaldi, you're trying to open the door. You see a little ratty nose and say, "Oh yeah, whoever it is, oh they've certainly been in there." Also, it's like a whole dungeon thing. I'm coming out.
Okay. And it seems like a good time for Cahaldi to start muscling the door.
Let's do it.
All right. Anyone helping or just Cahaldi? It's fine if it's just Cahaldi. Want to confirm?
Eyes on your shoulder, and one, and two, and a heave.
So if you want to mechanically help, it's going to cost a hope.
I'll help. I'll use some magic to sort of like help anchor Cahaldi or something to give him some extra leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Cahaldi's
All
holding
right.
onto the door. You're holding onto Cahaldi and heave with advantage.
All right. Let's do it. 16 with hope.
Okay. 16 is sufficient to get the door open enough that all four of you can get in. It doesn't open all of the way, but now you can kind of see, with the benefit of a little bit of sunlight pouring in, you can clearly see this lavender scented and colored candle sitting by the stairwell heading down. And all seems quiet.
Oh,
All right. Um, do we need lighting?
Yeah.
yeah.
Can
Take one of these
anybody not
candles.
see in the dark?
I don't
Or-
think fairies can.
There's
No.
nothing about it for halflings, so I assume we're gonna need something.
Does not say one way or
Oh
the
no, I
other.
can because I'm
You can
underborn.
because you're underborn. Yes. You can see.
Yeah.
Um,
You can see okay. So there are no complete candles, so you can't like take a candle. But if I think for people that have sort of basic supplies, I think you can probably.
yeah.
Oh no, everybody has a torch, I think, right? So if somebody
Basic
wants to light up a
supplies. Yeah. Oh,
torch,
torture.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finland, if you hold a torch, I want to keep both hands free for my weapon.
Yeah, I can do that.
okay.
Thank you.
So Finland has the flickering light of the torch. How are you headed down this staircase?
Find Cahaldi.
Cahaldi first.
Okay. So the
Imagine
the
the lights kind
flickering.
of flickering around Cahaldi through their legs.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just going to say, from the flickering torchlight, Cahaldi casts a long shadow on the floor as you come down the stairwell. It goes down, uh, probably it goes down sort of one sort of story, one flight, and then there's just a small landing, and then it turns around and comes all the way back down, and at each at the bottom of the landing and at the bottom floor there is another one of these melted pools of wax, as somebody has
Hmm.
been doing something in here, and they needed light in order to do it.
Minlin, do you sense any magic? Are they magic candles?
Oh, that's a good question. How far, like on average, because I don't really know what the range bands are. So because it says that works at like close range. What's that, like 10 feet or something? Or is it
Yeah,
farther?
so melee is kind of close enough to stab somebody. Close is kind of close enough to stab someone with a bit of a lunge. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and then
Okay.
far is sort of across the room.
Gotcha. Okay.
As you come to the bottom of the staircase, it opens up into a large sort of central chamber with what appears to be like a sarcophagus sitting on a plinth somewhere in the middle, and with a carving of Sir Hillcross across the top of this sarcophagus. And then
Did
around the walls are a series of alcoves where various effects that would have been important to Sir Hillcross have been placed. But they're fairly shadowed. You can't necessarily see into them unless you go and look at them specifically. But it's a 7 kind of alcoves around the wall.
is the sarcophagus disturbed looking? Like it's open or broken?
You don't notice anything disturbed about it at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna be going, I'd like kind of making a circuit around the alcoves to see if if anything in here is magical.
So none of them pings your arcane sense, but you do get a ping from one of the alcoves. So none of the objects in the alcoves seem to ping anything, but you do get a sense. And in one of the alcoves, there is a figure huddling under a cloak. They appear to be trying to hide.
Aha!
Trying to think what my immediate reaction would be like, hey, I can see
You
you.
you just, you just hear a little squeal from under this cloak, and it sort of scrunches up tighter. I didn't mean to. I thought I was helping.
Gonna kind of
Oh,
like
Are you
raise the
okay?
torch up, see if I can see inside of the cloak.
Do you need some help?
Uh, yeah, I think so. I think I screwed up. I think I screwed up real bad.
Okay. Well, come on out. Tell us what happened.
Fine, it happens to the best of us, right?
I mean, yeah, but we normally aren't animating statues when we screw up. Gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. That was rude.
I,
Uh,
I
I think I will sort of like scuttle down and come and like sit disarmingly cute, big ears, big eyes in front of this person. Be like, it's okay. We get up to all sorts of stuff.
and the figure sort of pulls the cloak down so that their head's poking out, and you can see that this is Ian, the janitor from the library and Lady D's grandson.
I
Yeah,
have a hypothesis, Aryan.
yeah.
Uh, my hypothesis is that you would like to do your work faster and easier, and maybe you don't do it at all, and maybe it sort of does itself.
No, no, no. That's not it at all.
Oh, okay,
it
good.
was I was trying to do I was trying to do something nice for Grandma. It's her birthday, and um she's been kind of lonely, and I wanted to bring some of her friends for her birthday, and
Oh,
I'm going to spend a point of fear and have the sarcophagus lid slide back, and slam onto the lid
Yes.
Scream.
as a
Swipe
Caldy,
or no
keep that
swiping.
lid closed. Caldy, go
All
lay on
right.
that sarcophagus.
and a large skeletal hand kind of reaches out, grasps the top of the lip of the sarcophagus, and dragging itself up from underneath, from inside of the sarcophagus, is this fully armored skeletal knight. And it sort of takes a moment to shake its head. It's completely silent, and it looks around the room and then reaches down into the sarcophagus and pulls out a massive greatsword.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And you notice
Maybe we
that
should leave.
behind it, hidden from where you're standing, behind the sarcophagus, two other skeletal figures stand up. One of them with the fine bone structure of an elf, holding a bow and an arrow,
Oh, no.
holding a bow with a quiver on its hip, and one much shorter, sort of halfling sized.
I see.
No, not Teddy.
What do you do?
Kill it with fire.
So just I'll throw one thing out. Ilya is like, so she is going to go around she's circling around like, how do we turn this off? How do we turn them off? And she's looking in all the alcoves, thinking like maybe there's something that they'll react to or we can use. So she's
Mhm.
like searching the area basically instead of charging into the greatsword head first.
Yeah. Make an instinct check.
Cahaldi pulls out their own sword and lays it down flat in their hand and kneels and says, I apologize for disturbing your grave. We are so sorry. Uh, Remembering that the bird was able to communicate, and maybe these things can communicate too. Present no threat, show that you're not hostile, and apologize.
Okay.
Um,
I will have you make a presence check, and I'll
yeah.
have Ilya make an instinct check. Finland,
Mhm.
Highland, how are you reacting?
My first thought was to cast some sort of illusion to distract them away from me.
Okay.
I rolled terrible again with fear.
I think Kai will scuttle up to get on Aryan's shoulder and be like, all right, we're going to get you a safe place to hide, and look around with little ratty instincts to see if she can find a place to tuck away this poor, delicate human.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he must be human.
Young human boy, uh, looking a little bit scared. Too young to enroll in the Adventuring Academy, but has been
Mm.
working as a janitor because he just wants to be close. He wants to be part of this adventuring life. He's looking forward to a future as an adventurer. Although after this, we will see. So Ilya
Oh,
rolled to try and find something that would help to stop this situation and was unsuccessful.
No, I was not. Yeah, 9 with fear.
9
And
with
that was
fear.
with like +2 and advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will take that point of fear, and the skeletal archer is going to turn around and just fire off a shot at you to try and drop you out of the air, if at all possible. And let me just find my sheet with stats on it and do a GM roll. So an arrow comes sailing out of the darkness. That is a 14 to hit Ilya.
I will spend 1 stress to add +2 evasion, which raises my evasion to 15.
Okay. So you manage to just kind of do a backflip over this arrow as it comes through the
Whoa!
air.
That was
Cahaldi,
stressful.
roll
Cahaldi, with their trustworthy face, it's one of their experiences, suspend a hope.
okay.
Um, Presents no threat, apologizes. We're sorry to have disturbed you. This is a great misunderstanding. We mean no harm. 17 with hope.
Okay. So take that hope. You do see that the skeleton knight seems to pause for a moment as it is coming out of its sarcophagus. It just seems to completely come to a standstill and is eyeballing you, but it hasn't gone back to its rest.
Everyone just stay still, please.
Speaking of Finland, you are making an illusion roll, a spellcasting illusion roll.
Yes.
It's a spellcast roll with a
Uh,
DC of 10.
yep. That'll be easy, I'm sure. Because I'm a trickster. May as well spend some XP. So that's what +4. I'm trying to think of a good. I didn't have an immediate idea for what the illusion would be. Something to. Okay, so we've got the knight, we've got a ranger, and probably the rogue. I'm gonna. I don't know what would distract them. Uh, I'm gonna try to like, as part of this role, like, make an illusion of myself, like running upstairs, and
Okay.
then kind of duck into whatever this nearest alcove I'm in, beside me. Not the one with that Aryan's in, but uh, maybe they'll lose track of me and they'll follow the little fake me up the stairs, or their eyes will follow. That's good. 20 with hope.
20 with hope is good enough. And the skeleton archer turns to look at the fleeing figure and draws an arrow back to its bony cheek, ready to let fly. Um, you rolled with hope? I
Yeah.
will spend a point
Yes,
of
I
fear
did.
to take over at this point.
Mm.
As sorry, I've got things on multiple sheets in my OneNote, which means I have to keep tabbing backwards and forwards. I didn't think that through. Uh, yeah, the skeletal figure of Teddy Quickfingers is going to move forwards, and I think it is going to strike at Kaholdi.
Mhm.
It has a little short sword, and you notice as it approaches, it has something hanging around its neck that is. Uh, you think it's white, but it is glowing kind of blue.
Mm.
And it is going to strike out at Kahaldi and see what he can do. That is probably unlikely to hit. Let's give it a go. That is a
Eight
13 to hit.
evasions. So
Ah,
definitely
okay.
hits.
Well, far more likely to hit than I thought.
Yes,
And I can do the normal base damage here. This is going to be physical damage. 6 points of physical damage.
that is minor, but it is something.
Okay. You could spend a point of armor to drop that to nothing.
Yeah, we'll spend a point of armor.
And does Kahaldi react? Given that this skeletal halfling just ran forward, tried to stab you, and the blade is just kind of scraped across the armor.
Yep, several of the links severed, but better that than Cahaldi themselves. Cahaldi is going to hold their ground and say, "Everyone, maybe back away slowly. Get out of here. I'm the last one out."
Okay. Okay. Hi, we haven't heard from
Hmm.
from Hi in a little bit. You were trying to get, or you
Yeah,
were
trying to find a
already.
safe place to hide for Aryan.
So there is nowhere in this room, and
Hmm.
you know that the archer is now tracking on the
Looking up the
stairs,
stairs, yeah.
having just watched Finland's illusion run up the stairs. It any place you take Ayun is probably going to bring him closer to danger. He could possibly duck down beside the sarcophagus, but then he's standing next to a skeleton knight. So
Yes. Yeah, so I think little ratty instincts. This is just sort of a dangerous place. And I think seeing that high will just sort of say in Aryan's ear, um, "Hey, the safest place for you to be is probably behind Caldy. Uh, she's the big one." Um,
Okay, okay.
and I think I want to do a tag team move. Because I know Finland and I were talking about it earlier. Um, and I think uh, Hai is going to scuttle down Aryan, and then it doesn't say you can't cast transformations. So I think there's a particularly unsettling series of events where the rat becomes a goblin and immediately becomes a spider. Um, and I think the uh, you hear Finland because you talked about this. Mm.
Did we name it the maneuver in some way?
Oh,
Spider
gosh, what would we
toss,
have called it? Yeah, yeah.
ooh, something with sling in the name would be good.
Mhm.
The Highland sling.
uh, awful. Yes, that's definitely what it's called. Um, yeah, and Finland, you just hear incoming as this horrible, mostly spider goblin and then fully spider scuttles up you, ready to mix it up.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So in order to initiate a tag team roll, both of you need to spend 3 hope.
We
Oh, really?
both
Both
do?
of us?
Yeah, each player can choose to spend 3 hope to initiate a tag team
Oh.
roll. When you do work with
Oh,
the
I
other
thought that
players,
was
don't.
saying. I thought. Okay.
Roll between
I thought
their
that was
character and
saying.
another PC.
Yeah, I thought it was saying once per session, any individual can spend 3 to initiate a tag team. But that's
It
my
does say
reading.
each player can choose to spend 3 hope.
Very
Yeah,
good.
That is
it's
ambiguous.
quite
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think well, I'm looking online and the consensus seems to be that it's one player spends it and so that both row the actions.
Okay,
But
I'm
that
happy to play it that way.
But each person can only do it once or can only initiate once per session.
Okay,
costs 3 hope and lets 2 players roll
Yeah. I
total.
think
all right.
the big benefit is that we can then if we
Double up
do
on damage.
damage, yeah, we can add the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh yeah, so you are chucking me and you are the chucker. So I think you choose where this happens.
Sure. Uh, I mean, the archer feels more dangerous at the moment, and maybe that'll
I,
give Aryan an opening to get back up the stairs. So,
Mm.
is the archer being distracted by illusion enough to give us advantage or anything?
Sure. Yep. I'll
Yay!
say they I'll say they are vulnerable or distracted in this moment.
Perfect. Uh,
uh
so if I'm slinging Highland, uh, finesse? Am I rolling finesse?
I think that makes sense. I'm definitely
Yeah.
rolling finesse to try and I'm not actually doing uh an attack here. I'm trying to web this archer to make it easier for Aryan to escape. So that is definitely a finesse roll for me.
And this feels like my YOLO experience. It's slinging around a teammate into a skeleton's face.
How
Yeah,
we don't have any lines or veils on spiders, right? How
I don't think so.
I'm from Australia, so I have to ask because
Reasonable.
Yeah. How
spiders
big
is
is a
no big
spider
deal.
then?
I'm just wondering, yeah, how big a spider is Highland in this?
Oh, I'm thinking like beach ball sized.
Oh, geez.
Nah,
Okay.
big spider. A real big spider. Yeah, that would be
Uh,
terrifying. All right.
No.
Well,
Goblin sized.
oh,
Yeah, basically.
Most goblins would fit in a
well,
beach ball, I think.
I got a 19 with fear on my roll.
Okay.
All right. And I got a 10 with hope. So I think we take
You can
I have to read the rules again.
Yeah.
He
you
sees
have to
good a
take
hope.
one of the rolls for
I'm
both of
Oh,
feeling
you.
the 19. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, we may as well.
Thank you. I will take the point of fear.
Mm.
I think you get two.
You get two, one for each DC.
Yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. It's
Uh,
also technically speaking a roll with fear, so after this I will react. But in the
Yeah.
moment, uh Highland, you managed to to describe for me what this looks like. You do mechanically you will get to restrain this skeletal archer. I want to see what
uh,
does it look like as you do that.
Yeah, so High scuttles up Finland, gets chucked, yeah, thrown.
Oh,
There's no end in there. With I
Chuck him.
think surprising accuracy given the sort of relative sizes in play here. But of course, but first, so is able to I think as flying through the air as the let's say landing is nigh, there's just like a of spider web that envelops this poor skeletal half elf ranger, and I think you know what, they're sticky. I don't think High bounces off. I think High just sort of sticks to them like a piece of Velcro. And we'll give Finland a little spidery. I mean, she just lifts a paw, but you know that she means thumbs up. It worked.
One spider leg up.
And
Okay.
is, I can
So
only assume, immediately squished.
so the archer is covered in web and is unable to loose the arrow that it had drawn. However, that is enough to get the skeletal knight to keep moving. That's what I will use my reaction for. But I'm going to continue to spend some fear to have things happen. So the warrior is going to take another swing at Kahaldi. Sorry, that's damage. That shouldn't be damage. I should be doing a check. Attack at +0. No, that's a PC roll. I'm flustered in the moment. Please hold. That'll do. That's an 18 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then the damage will come through as the sword tries to strike into you for 6 damage.
Let's mark off another point of armor.
Okay. And then from the other side of the sarcophagus, another figure will rise up. This one
Um,
is a little bit more uh, a, a little squishier than a skeleton. There's still flesh hanging off of it. Mechanically, this is a zombie, and this is another small figure, a gnomish figure. This is likely to be Coleman Light Eyes, and like Teddy and like Galanthe, you see that they have this thing hanging around their neck, this sort of glowing white piece. Ilya, it's been a little while.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So first, do we know that that's the whole adventuring party, or are there any more? That's the only one that was missing, right?
Uh,
Or no?
we don't know where the human is.
uh,
you
you
Running a
do?
do.
milk bar.
Yeah, exactly. Running a milk bar in town is where the human warrior is.
Okay.
That is, Ion's grandmother was Dora Campion.
Right. Okay. So we have all of the unaccounted for undead or
Hmm.
bodies or heroes of lore of
This
yore.
is
Okay. So I think that Ilya is I still have this concept that I'm not gonna I want to try I just want to I'm in a mood where I want to try solving this in unconventional ways. So I'm
mhm.
going to say let me see this, and I'm going to fly at one of the people that has it's the four, not the skeleton in the middle, have the necklace.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay, I'm gonna go
Yep.
try and take a necklace.
Okay.
Fly to the nearest one that isn't webbed. Let's say the cleric, and just try and rip the necklace off its neck,
Okay. Uh,
or with my sword or something. Zip. Is that
I
a
think,
maneuver, perhaps?
yeah, I think that is a maneuver. But I could see this being an agility or a finesse roll, depending on how you want to roll it. It's a can you move quickly enough to get past it, or can you kind of snatch it?
I'm
But
thinking of my like dexterously dodging over and under around and getting thing off. So I would think that's agility because it's like I said, maneuver feels like the word. I'm not hiding or tinkering or controlling as much
yeah,
as maneuvering.
yeah, it feels more like
So,
maneuvering.
and I don't think I have any experiences that would be helpful. So I will just run on in there. Um, Anybody want to distract it while I do so, or shall I just go and jump in there? I was asking if anybody wanted to help.
Cahaldi will distract at this point, seeing the knight beginning to move and everything else coming into action, standing up and saying, "We mean no harm, but if you harm us, I will fight back." And again, gets the
Mhm.
sword ready in a definitive stance, providing a distraction.
Okay.
Yay,
If you want
take it.
to spend a hope, that can be a mechanical advantage, and
Done.
Thank you. There we go. 18 with fear, unfortunately, but
that's okay. So 18 is enough to snatch this thing from around the cleric's neck, and it is putting out cold. It is not cold enough to hurt you, but it is. Uh, I can probably tell you've been studying for a little while. This is a dragon scale. So these people all defeated a
oh,
dragon together. They're all wearing a dragon scale, and you managed to pull the
okay.
dragon scale from around the cleric's neck. However, that does not stop them from.
Oh well. Well,
It doesn't deanimate them, but you do have a
that's
hold
okay.
of this scale, and that is what I will spend the fear on to say they keep moving under those
Okay.
conditions. And with that, I think we should take our final break. We're probably a bit early for it, but if we can come back at 5:02, does it seem reasonable to
Great.
everybody?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Thank
Okay, see you then. All right, and we're
you.
back. We had just had Ilya swing in and snatch the dragon scale from around uh, Kalman's neck, but it didn't seem to stop the figure from advancing. Uh, Cahaldi is still keeping a peaceful approach, managing to stave off the blows of Teddy Quickfingers.
So far.
Galantha, the half-elven ranger, appears to be restrained in Highland's web, with Highland sitting on the outside. Finland, you have just tossed a spider at an archer successfully.
Yeah,
Finland's YOLO lifestyle is paying off.
always.
What do you do?
Um, I don't feel like the peaceful approach is having any effect whatsoever. So so I guess if the range when Ilya pulled off the pendant, did it because you said it was kind of glowing blue, right?
Yeah,
Did it
it's
stop glowing or is it continuing to glow in her hand?
continuing to glow. It's a
Okay,
white scale that's glowing with some kind of arcane energy, and you can feel
I
the
can
the
definitely
power
feel it.
coming off of it. It still contains some amount of life force from the dragon that it came from.
Interesting. But it doesn't seem
Even
like it's what's
whatever it
keeping
is,
them alive.
40 years later, it still retains magical energy. This is
Yeah,
it came from a very powerful creature, and you can feel that.
yeah, clearly. Uh, well, I have yeah. Who's swiping at Cahaldi? Is that the knight
Nope. The
or the
knight is
rogue?
still. It is advancing. It was listening to Cahaldi for a moment, but it seems to have stopped listening. It
Gotcha.
is
Okay.
Teddy Quickfingers. This is a a halfling rogue
Oh, I see.
in life, and now a skeletal warrior.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, well, in the interest of maybe helping to free up Highland and spread a little damage and chaos, I will spend stress to recharge my Unleash Chaos. And then um, I think this time the unleashing of chaos is going to be like some like viney roots uh pushing up from, I don't know if the floor in here is earth or if it's stone, but there's viney roots coming up either way.
It's
Um,
an earthen floor.
Perfect. And I may as well spread the damage out. So it's going to go after the ranger that's all wrapped up, as well as I guess the the cleric zombie.
Okay.
So I'll spend stress to be able to hit multiple enemies. So it's just a spellcast roll. Okay. So
Technically speaking, because the archer is restrained, you have advantage against
yep.
them, but not against the zombie.
I don't know how that should. Yeah, because normally with Unleash Chaos, I just get to, or with the Primal Origin, I just get to hit. Actually, it just says hit an additional target within range. I don't know if that means I would have to make an additional to hit roll or.
You just check what Unleash Chaos says. Yeah, you would
Oh,
just hit them, um, but you would still be going against their difficulty. So I'll say, I mean, roll it. They have the same difficulty.
okay.
If you miss the zombie, then you can roll a d6 and see if that
Oh,
brings you within range of hitting the archer.
I gotcha. Okay. So I would just to make it easy, roll without advantage for now, or
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and roll. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So +2.
12 is sufficient,
Great. Oh, okay.
and I'll take that tasty fear.
So then I definitely hit both, right?
Yes, definitely hits
Okay.
both.
So I will roll 2d10. I'm going to use my volatile magic. I'm just gonna re-roll both.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrible roll. That's much better. And
Much
then
better.
I'm gonna spend a stress on Primal Origin to double the 7.
Okay, that is a lot of damage. It is enough to take out both of them, in fact. So what does this look like as Finland unleashes chaos in this room?
Uh, you know what? I think in good action movie uh genre awareness, all these roots and vines are gonna come up from the ground, and he's just gonna say, "Get buried," and it's just gonna pull him back down,
Back into the ground.
back into the ground.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm assuming Highland is able to jump away freely.
Mm-hmm. The skeleton knight will take note of this, and my fear reaction is going to be that it is going to come towards Finland, and it is going to swing this mighty blade towards Finland.
Wait, but I'm just a little guy.
uh, as this thing approaches, it is terrifying, and you feel like if this blade hits you, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. When the knight makes a successful attack, all the PCs in the room lose a hope and I gain a fear.
Yeah,
Uh, but it's also going to do damage.
yeah, that's fine. I got armor. It's okay.
6 points of damage.
It's fine.
And
Uh,
what is it? What is it about this strike that terrifies everybody in this room?
ooh.
When he swings the sword, it like the howls of the dead echo out of
Hmm.
it or something.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Mm.
Scary.
Uh, so it's only minor, and I'll just spend an armor to make that
Okay.
nothing.
So yeah, the blow glances off of Finland's armor, but you can feel the necromantic energy coming off of the blade even through your armor. You can kind of feel it
Yeah.
on the against your skin. It makes you all the hairs on your toes stand up. You know this thing is going to be bad. All right.
Mhm.
Um, moving away from Finland, giving somebody else a chance to act. We still have Kahaldi versus Teddy. You've been
Yeah.
trying to keep this to a peaceful resolution, but it Finland
But
seems to
to
have
no
escalated
avail.
the situation beyond that.
Hey,
So
I didn't fire the first shot.
yeah, Cahaldi wants to deal with Teddy here quickly
Hmm.
to engage with the knight and get it off of Finland. So Cahaldi um, uses a forceful push to try to swing with the great sword, slam into the halfling and knock it back to the other side of the room.
Hmm.
Let's see if there's any success in this endeavor. Standard roll. Let's see. 24 with fear.
24 with fear will hit.
Yep. All right, let's do damage. All right, roll. I'm rolling 2d10, only taking the higher of the two,
Hmm.
which is 7, so 10.
10 is above the higher threshold, so that would ordinarily deal 3 damage. For some reason, it seems to do a little bit less. I'm going to say the blade kind of passes between the ribs of this skeletal warrior as it you manage to hit it. You connect, but not as well as you would have against a foe that had things in between those ribs.
All right, and this will knock it back to close range, so up against far wall.
Okay, and I'm going to say that makes him vulnerable as well.
Cool.
Uh, Highland, you were standing on a webbed up skeletal archer that's been dragged into the ground.
Oh, I think this might be a little bit of our pay grade. Um, and Highland is sort of like looking back and forth between the smaller creature and the bigger creature. Um, and I think is going to quickly try. She's a scholarship student, so room and board, man.
Yeah.
Um, I think she's trying to rack her brains and, you know, uh, she's attended some classes. Does she think that skeletons can be poisoned?
Yes, I'm going to say yes.
All right. And you can see, we zoom into her memory palace, and it's just like her standing in front of a chalkboard that's like, bones are made of living things, and living things can become dead things, and uh, probably bones can be poisoned. Then big check. And so we'll skittle over to try and get it from the back, I think. This big scary skeleton that she's very afraid of.
Hmm.
But Gahaldi's probably got it. And bite. All right. I'll be
Spider
+1.
versus skeleton knight is such a funny image.
A
And she
spider
has
the
no
size of a beach ball.
Yeah, that's that.
she,
That is true.
Mhm.
Poison or not, the fangs will probably cut through bone.
And this is just standard, because this isn't the vulnerable one. How does a 15 with fear hit? 16 with fear.
16 with fear will hit.
All right. So that's going to be 1d6 plus 1 physical damage. And as well, it will take 1d10 direct physical damage each time it acts.
Oh, okay. So deal the initial damage.
7.
7 is good enough for a major wound on this skeletal knight. It's did you leap onto its back? I think it's maybe trying to reach up to try and bat at you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she's skidding to the right, skidding to the left, skidding to the right, skidding to the left.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I can do this. This guy's really scary.
Okay. With that fear, I'm going to mark a point of stress for the skeletal knight. It has a special ability called Cut to the Bone. Mark a stress to make an attack against all enemies within very close range, which in this case will be Finland and Highland. So, as it swings the blade around and tries to get at both of you, does a 17 hit either of you? I believe it should.
I am going to mark a stress because we have rested to force an adversary to re-roll an attack against you or an ally with very close range.
Perfect.
Highland's like, I don't have bones.
That's a 17.
Ah, dang, but Finland does.
Okay. That is going to do a D8 plus 2 physical damage to both of you, which is 8 damage to both of you. And both of you need to mark a stress.
Oof. Mark armor to make that only minor.
Okay. Back around to Ilya. Teddy's been thrown against the wall by Cahaldi, and Finland and Hai are engaged with this skeletal knight. Scary, scary
And
knight.
that everybody in the room? There are no more undeadies except the
That's it.
Skeleton Knight and Teddy. Okay.
And
Um,
Ayun has gone back to hiding under the cloak and waiting for all this to be
yeah.
over.
Hmm. So, I mean, I guess I could just go do a regular old plain old fashioned attack. Um, oh gosh. Yeah, I mean it's really basic, but which cuts against my all of my gaming instincts. I swing again. It's just like I hate that. So I will be a pain in the butt and I'm gonna zip around again and see if there's anything in the alcoves that can be useful to
Okay.
disable one of these guys. I have a glowing dragon scale in one hand as
Yeah,
well. So
I'll say that gives you advantage. It's going to increase the
okay.
light levels, even though you can see under here. I will give you advantage on this. It
I
is
already
a
have advantage on it, but I appreciate that.
okay.
Because of my low light, I get advantage on perception checks and dim light.
Perfect.
So I'll take it. I have rolled 13 with fear. I like I just am not rolling well today. That's with advantage.
Okay.
I haven't had a hope in since like 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Well, for me, since a couple hours. Okay.
13, unfortunately, isn't going to do it.
No, of course not. This is the second round I've wasted doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Uh,
I yelp and complain.
I will say, because it's a roll with fear, you are definitely getting the impression there is nothing in here that is going to lay these
Yeah,
beings to rest,
yeah, that's
unfortunately.
the vibe. I wouldn't. A third time is not my charm. So
Mm-hmm. Cahaldi,
nope.
you've thrown Teddy across the room. The skeletal knight is engaged with two of your friends and is doing terrible things to them. How do you respond? You are muted.
Well, let's get the skeletal knight off of them. Cahaldi comes in with a swing, trying to batter it out of the way and give
Okay.
them some breathing. And 19 with hope.
That'll do.
Okay, then damage.
You get an extra d6 on that
Oh, for
for the
damage?
forceful push if you succeed with hope.
Oh, right, it was with hope. So yeah, I'll go ahead and spend that hope I would gain in order to do an extra d6. So let's see. We had a 5 plus 3 is 8, and I'll add 1d6. So 8 plus 3 is 11.
8 plus 3 is 11. Will hit the major damage threshold. The Skeleton Knight stumbles away from Finland. Hi, I'll leave it up to you if you want to drop off and also have it be further away, or if you want to cling on to it and stagger with it.
And I'm going to spend my last hope to make it vulnerable after it has been thrown about.
Okay.
But fling it away from Finland at least.
Yes. It is stumbling around. I want to give Finland a chance.
Okay. Uh, my stress track is filling up, so I don't think I'm gonna recharge my Unleash Chaos right now.
Do you have a potion?
I I do. I could chug a stamina potion. Yeah, what's that? What's that give me back?
1d4
I
plus
just
1,
happened to look it up.
same
It's
as a
one
short
four.
rest. Oh yeah, sorry. It's just a d4. You don't get the plus 1, I don't think.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I think in this moment, like as I'm backing up, I think my instinct is more to I mean this may end up being a bad idea, but I'll have to drop the torch on the ground
Okay.
and get my dual staff out because it's two-handed.
Uh-huh.
So like as I'm backing up, it gets knocked away from me, but I'm also going to continue to back up, and I'm just going to blast it with little magic arcane force from the dual staff.
Okay.
That is
19 will with
19
hope
with
we'll do
hope.
it.
Yeah. And damage is 6 plus this. I might spend stress to double, so it's 6. Oh wait, not 3d6. I'm gonna roll that instead of trying to modifier. Okay, not number of dice. Yeah, I'll double that 2 to a 4. So
So
7
total of 7.
7 damage.
7 is just enough to bring it into major wound territory, which is enough to bring the Skeletal Knight down. And as it falls, Teddy Quickfingers also falls at the same time, and you are out of combat.
I think that
Ilya
means I took
turns
them all of
around and
them
is
down.
like, yeah, I say Ilya turns around and is like, oh, I've just been fruitlessly looking in these alcoves this whole time. I didn't realize you guys had a fight.
Like, what have you got?
Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't do anything that time. I did take all of them out last time, so fine.
That's true. You have a 50% win rate on.
hey, Cahaldi,
on
thanks for the assist with that knight. You're muted.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
Of course, I'm sworn to protect you.
Finland's 100% counting all of those takedowns as his, though.
Where?
Even Teddy. Like,
So Ilya was so distracted by failing to see anything in alcoves that she has no idea where Highland is. Like, where'd High go?
over
Scuttle,
there.
scuttle, scuttle,
Oh,
scuttle.
yeah. Oh,
Right here.
my word. Yeah. Be careful. Some people might call an exterminator if they see you in their house. Just saying. I wouldn't. I always take spiders outside.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. Hey, Aryan.
Coast is clear.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you can come out again. It's safe now, I think.
Am, am I in trouble?
I don't
Probably.
know.
I mean, you will
But
be when we tell your grandma, but
Oh, um, can we wait
But
until
there'll be
tomorrow?
opportunities to make amends. It's clear you didn't intend for any harm to come. So,
Can we wait to tell her until tomorrow? It's her birthday. I don't want to upset her.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
Her
but
birthday?
Um.
You're making her stew, right?
Uh. No.
Oh,
You should do that from now on instead of whatever this was.
y-
Okay.
you all make
Yeah.
birthday stew for each other, right?
Ilya. Oh, yeah. Do we have all the ingredients? Because I will make a stew.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I think
promised
so.
Ty I'd make a stew. Well, I could make a stew for all of us. And oh, look at that. I could start with a nice scratch bone broth if you would just pick a couple of those up.
Seems a little. Ugh.
Yeah, that might be a little gamey. It's fine. I mean,
Okay.
I do have exotic food as one of my backgrounds, so
So I kind of want to take us out of the tomb and into a bit of a montage as we're sort of in the final
Mhm,
hour, and I want to get a chance to kind of finish things up. Ian will
mhm,
follow you to probably the best place in town to make a stew at the moment is the makerspace. What do I call it? I had a name. The Tinker's Hub, because you want to make it away from Lady D. And over the course of helping you make the stew, Ian starts to calm down. He's clearly had a traumatic experience, and yeah, he tells you about buying a Crimson Banshees album from the Waxed Wyvern, which was like a concept album that told the story of these four heroes standing up to this dragon. And in the liner notes, it had the list of who the heroes were that took out this dragon. And he realized that his grandmother was one of them. And yeah, for her birthday, he was attempting to bring back all of her friends. And he's a bit cagey at first, but over the course of the afternoon, you managed to pry out of him that he was getting some instruction from somebody that he refers to as the night teacher, which is not a name that
mhm.
you recognize at all. That you have no idea who that is, and Ian has never seen them. It's just a voice that talks to him at night.
Just pro tip for the future: don't trust and listen to disembodied voices at night that you can't see.
Yeah, whispers the
Orion,
whispering orb that Finland carries.
right?
That's different. It's
Um,
completely different. It's completely
Very
different.
different. Um, Orion, is this voice like talk to you in a particular place, or does it follow you around wherever you happen to be at night? Like, do you have to go to talk to it? Did we go and talk to it?
it, it started talking to me in the school, but sometimes it's here and sometimes it's gone. It brings me things. It brought me candles that I needed for the magic, and
Is that
some
where you
ribbon.
got that little cloak from? That looks pretty handy.
The cloak was already in the tomb. I think it was the Hillcrosses. Uh, I needed the statues to open the tomb. I needed a place uh, away from prying eyes to do the magics. I tried it once before. Nisina's uh, her bird Cheddar. He
Yeah, we met Cheddar.
he got attacked. He's still going. See, hey,
Yeah.
that one
yeah.
worked. I thought this one would work too. I guess I'm not good at this.
Did
Well,
this teacher start talking to you before or after everybody left for the field trip?
After
mm,
I it told me how to fake a permission slip to go to the camp, and so Grandma thinks that's where I've been, and I've just been hiding out in the school. He looks to Cahaldi. I slept in your bed. I'm sorry.
that's where the lavender smell came from.
Yeah, the candles were nice.
The
Um,
only other person in the school right now is Crinsel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we should go talk to them.
What a cleanup to do.
Hmm. Oh,
Or should we
I
wait for
can
people to other people
help.
to come back and talk to them? Like maybe we should, talk to Madame Milani when they're back tonight.
And that leads me
Well, while we're
nicely
waiting,
into
yeah,
the
you
resolution.
can go ahead.
So
Yep, perfect.
you managed to you managed to finish the stew. It's quite nice, and take it to Lady D's. Lady D's is it's like a milkshake bar basically, and she uses the white dragon scale to cool down all of the milk. It's a magical artifact, and she has one as well hanging around her neck, but normally she keeps it tucked into her um into her tunic. She is today 73 years old. It's been a long time since she's fought a dragon, but her broadsword still hangs on the wall above a Crimson Banshees poster that Ian put up. She has a lovely time. You don't tell her about Ayun's indiscretion today, but tomorrow there's a lot of cleanup to do, including cleaning up the library. And ideally, you would like to have done that before Madame Malani comes back. But Madame Malani and the rest of the students, they don't come back today, and they don't come back tomorrow, and they don't come back the next day. And before the end of the week, you realize something has gone horribly wrong. The students and the faculty are scattered somewhere across the plains, and our heroes go to find them. So, as a resolution, I would like each of you to just give me something about this cross plane adventure that the four of you end up going on against the wishes of Crinsel Toyax, who turns out was not the night teacher. You never find who the night teacher is. So, going
Hmm.
around the horn, Cowdy, give us some moment of extraplanar adventure that the four of you go on.
Um, there is a time when we are seeking through the plains to find them where we are beset on all sides. And Cahaldi, uh, prays for salvation, and an angelic figure is sent by Clyra to help safeguard them through terrible travail.
Okay,
I like that.
Finland.
Yeah, along the way, I think that Finland befriends a little imp because like maybe I like pulled a prank on it of some sort and impressed it and kind of started following Finland around.
Elliot.
As we're traveling across the plains, we realize that the whoever was responsible for this has uses vermin minions to spy on us, and Ilya then starts getting into the habit of each plane she visits, knowing that there's the vermin minions of the evil villain, has learned how to trap them humanely and kind of remove the evil influence
Mm.
from these, and also sets up a franchise in each plane for her mom's pest control business, thus helping to save her friends and also, promote the family name across the plains. The multiverse's best pest control.
Mm-hmm. And it's pest control, not pest destruction.
No, yeah, it's just you got to just every is it the slogan is it every critter has its place.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get them where they belong.
Yeah. Every critter has its place, but not your place.
Right. But sometimes not your place. That's right.
And Highland.
Yeah, I think actually like Madame Milani is the last person we have to get. And I think she's been captured by some sort of gin that has a collection of captive wizards and sorcerers from across the plains. And High and Finland have to enter a high stakes bridge tournament as partners. Well, Cahaldi and Ilya, I think Ilya is, climbing through the ducting system, and Cahaldi is posing as a waiter, so that we can pull off this high stakes heist to get Madame Milani out. And I think along the way we are able to save all of the other new faculty question mark as
Hmm.
well, and get them out of this involuntary servitude position that they had found themselves in.
Yeah. And having rescued Madame Milani, she gives you a curt but heartfelt well done, which is possibly the most praise you've ever heard her give anybody. You do get credit for your adventures, and in time you graduate from Madame Milani's and become a band of adventurers across the land. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Hooray.
Yay. And for
Amazing.
You want to
tuition.
do a round of stars and wishes aside on the last session, usually, but if there's anything that you want to see out of Daggerheart in the future, anything that you wish had gone differently, feel free to call it out.
It's not really a wish, but it's more of a question of how I think I can probably guess the answer, but like when do you level? What's the trigger? How does that work?
Hmm.
Is it just sort of like you
It's
did a
kind of
cool
milestone
adventure, level
leveling.
level?
Yeah. So if we were, I mean, level one, tier one is really kind of almost tutorial mode, I think, for
Yeah,
Daggerheart. So you
sure,
definitely would have leveled after this. So you would all get the opportunity to level up. I didn't put the details of how to do that in the character keeper because it's
sure.
would have been a lot more work, and we weren't going to get to it in this adventure.
Yeah,
Um, but mechanically, there's a bunch of options that you get to take at a level up,
yeah,
which includes
yeah. I was
getting
looking at
access
the
to
character
the next level
sheets.
of domain. Yeah, it's on the bottom of every the character guides on the bottom of every
Yeah.
character guide. So you
Is
you
it
would
the
get
same for every character, or are there slight minor differences?
there are
Is
minor
it pretty much
differences, I
okay?
think, but they're all very similar.
Sure.
So I think for most of you, level two, you'd gain another experience. So you could take an experience from this adventure, or you could just make something else up. Um, and you get a bonus to your proficiency. Proficiency didn't really come up in this adventure, but basically, when a weapon deals a certain amount of damage, deals a certain size of damage, you multiply the number of dice you roll by your proficiency. You will start at proficiency one. So if you hit proficiency two, then you're rolling two dice and then adding the modifier to it. Some other
Oh, interesting.
ability cards, domain cards, and things will refer to your proficiency as well. And then every class has like a series of checkboxes that you can use to upgrade your character. And you get to pick two of them as part of your level up. They can include things like increasing your max hit points or max stress, or gain a +1 bonus to two of your experiences, or increase one of your traits. So your agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, knowledge, you can increase those. Um, you can gain additional domain cards. And in fact, I think you always get at least one, but then you have the option of taking more if you want to increase your character's kind of capabilities. Does anybody want to kick off stars and wishes?
I'll give a shout out. I loved it. It took a while to pay off, but the antics with the rope and the legs and the thing was just so delightful. I just had to go with it, right?
Mhm.
Weave, trip, fun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just good.
that was awesome.
Yeah. I did also appreciate Cahaldi just really trying to have a conversation with the undead knight. Like, no,
Yeah,
guys, I'm
Yeah. Did you have more, Vito? I didn't mean to cut you off, but I can jump in. Stars for everybody. I had a blast. That was fun. Vito, I loved Cahaldi's like gentle giant vibe and how literal they were about like doing the right thing and what we're supposed to do. Like we like the idea that we're chasing down these like runaway statues. And she was like, we should clean these books up. We got stuff to do. Let's get out of here.
That
That
was
was
great.
amazing. So I loved that. That sort of thing was fun. T, High was, oh, I love a chaos goblin type character. And you did a great job with High of mixing together like chaotic goblinhood, but with I don't know, like compassion and you know, wanted to stop and pet all the things, sort of vibe. And I really enjoyed that. That was cute and fun. And I just love I like playing in games with that sort of vibe. Which, Jeremiah Finn also had some of that, the a little chaos agent. Although, of course, in this case, Finland was, more of a, I guess sorceress chaos, but yeah, a little more unpredictable. Um, and I enjoyed that a lot too, as well as the little moments in between the like battle stuff, right? Because that for me, and Mike, thank you. I had a blast, as I said, and I always enjoyed playing with you. And I mean, you probably could tell that like I'm kind of just like tired of games where you just swing your weapon and do your damage and then move on. I just like
Yeah.
that's boring. And so I kept trying to be like, how can I do this without doing that? Right. And so I
Yeah.
kept trying to come up with goofy stuff.
And
And Daggerheart is better than D&D for that stuff, but
mhm.
it's not as better. I would like it to be more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of why I wanted my wish for me is to try higher level play, just to see if there's more ways to.
Yeah. I'm
Is it
wondering
just
how
that you
much
get
like simply the variety of cards would say, okay, this is the cool thing to do instead of just knocking something around. Like, it's
yeah,
cool, but there could be more.
or on the other hand, is it just like no, you now just swing harder? That's what happens at level 3 or 5. You just wow, you're rolling more dice. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I have to
Yeah. I
play to
was
find out, I guess. But
I was racking my brains during the break for like, well, what could Ilya find in the alcoves that could kind of prevent
right.
this situation from escalating further. But then you kept rolling badly.
I kept
So
rolling my butt. Yeah, it was really bad. I do
so
that. I go
it
hot and
was just
cold. It's
just not
fine.
Ilya's night, unfortunately. But yeah, if I'd thought about it more in advance, a roll with fear on that roll, I could have given you something that would have had some kind of terrible cost. That would have put an end to
Mm.
this, and then it's a choice between how badly do I
Mhm.
want to end this versus potentially causing problems going into the future. But also, it was kind of reaching the end of the story that we were telling, so I was kind of like, "Yep, okay, let's finish off this combat, and then we can close out the story a
Yeah.
little bit." From my perspective, I
One more
wanted to
thing
give
I
it to
should do as a quick shout out was the tag team role. Getting to see that in action was so delightful.
That was
yeah,
fun.
Mhm.
yeah. I had the Highland Sling was one of my stars.
That was good.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed session. One thing that I just like overall, I really enjoyed how much interplay and even mechanically there was between characters. Because I think that's another thing, particularly in like when you get far enough along in a D&D game, it's a lot of like you sit there and you wait, nothing's really going to affect you, and it can still be fun to like hang out with your friends and learn what's going to happen. But being able to have more interaction during turns, I thought was really enjoyable.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed your NPCs, Mike. I really enjoyed this little town. I would definitely go to the school. It seems
Yeah.
very fun. I don't know if the recording was off, but I did star snipe this earlier. I thought the scenes with Cheddar and Cahaldi and the little seeds just
Uh,
really wonderful moments. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Finland's flavoring of his sorceress powers, especially like the
Yeah.
pulling them down into the earth.
That was
Uh,
cool.
get buried line
uh,
was something that I starred.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Uh, and I I know that sort of like from a player perspective, it was maybe not like the most satisfying thing, but I did think like narratively it looked really well that like Ilya was sort of like during this fight, like desperately searching for something and just not finding anything. And everyone's hope was just being drained mechanically. And I think we ended that fight. Did anyone have any hope? I think we're all at zero.
I was
Zero.
out. Yeah.
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 The night took my last hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is a nasty thing for an enemy to do mechanically. You kind of, in some ways, it doesn't mean anything, but in other ways, like there's just something about it that is,
Yeah.
it
It's
makes it more
thematic.
terrifying than anything I've ever done in D&D.
Yeah. No, the I will say that like the Slayers thing is you get Slayer dice when you roll hope, but I just never rolled hope. So it's like, well,
Yeah,
this is
Oh.
what a drag, you know? So,
yeah.
oh well.
So it's funny. I think last week there was a I hope one of the wishes was for more fear to be generated, and there was plenty.
You got it.
I
It
ended at
happened.
11 out of 12. I could have spent more to keep the fight going.
Mhm.
The even like killing the skeletons and the zombies or knocking them out is that they can just not do that. They can just come back. So could have kept it going, but again, combat is probably not the most fun part of the system, so I didn't really want to keep it going any further.
Awesome.
I think just about all of the stars that I had have already been covered. I did have one for Cahaldi for the moment where you drop the rope under your foot and then drew the sword to go after the statue. That was a very cool moment. I really liked that. For Ilya, I loved the little detail of feeling a little unwell after doing a whirlwind attack and ending the combat. That was a cool little moment. Um, and all of the Lady D puns that went through. For Finland, I loved coming through that very first encounter with basically no damage. It's just like, yeah, this is fine. Uh, and I still love the dynamic of Cahaldi trying to watch after Finland and Finland just having this YOLO lifestyle, like, just continually getting into trouble, and somehow he manages to pull through, maybe not realizing that it's his friends keeping him alive all of the time. Um, and for Highland, the descriptions of the transformations was awesome. The jacked coyote was awesome. The giant spider was awesome,
Jack, Cody.
Yeah.
and doing the switch from the actually changing back into a goblin during the switch from the rat into the spider was great. That was fantastic. I love
Yeah,
that moment.
rat to goblin to spider. It sounds awful.
Yeah, and the adventure is was originally intended as a potential sort of campaign seed. It's kind of a here is a cool little
Oh yeah.
town with a fun little mystery going on, and once you sort it out, then there's the bigger mystery of, or a couple of bigger mysteries of who is this night teacher and where is everybody. So I loved everybody's descriptions of the further adventures. The this season on Daggerheart kind of situation was a cool way to end. So thank you
Mhm.
everybody. This has been an
Yeah.
absolute blast. And yeah, I have enjoyed running Daggerheart. I definitely, Gwen, I'm with you that one of my biggest complaints with D&D and with Pathfinder is I swing my sword, and then 10 minutes before my next turn comes around, I swing my sword again. I deal this much damage. It's cool. And some of the things about the damage system, the evasion and the armor and all the rest of it, some of that is mechanically interesting, but it's still I swing my sword and maybe do some damage, and it's I kind of want to find a way to make combat more dynamic and more interesting than that.
Yeah.
I will say, I obviously haven't played all of the classes, but I'm curious which ones have more interplay and which ones have less, and whether there are more things that could be done to promote it for all of the classes with different flavors.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah. Bard has a ton of interplay
Yeah.
too. Played Bard.
yeah.
But you could also, I think the sorcerer and I forget what the wheel is, right? If you like, as a party going into it, you're like, yeah, we want to lean into that. You can
Mm.
focus on that when you get your domain cards, right?
Mm.
Mm, it's a good point.
I think did we see everybody's loadout? Just about everything from everybody's loadout. I think Highland had Bulwark, but that never really came up. Uh, we had Untouchable and Whirlwind come up a few times. Underborn came up. Fairy came up. Slayer came up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going back through Finland
Everything came up
Oh
stuff.
for
yeah.
Cavalry.
Yeah, you picked a lock and you unleashed chaos a number of times. Wildborn maybe didn't come up as much. The Halfling one did. when you roll a 1 on your hope die, you can re-roll it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I never rolled a 1 on hope. What I mean,
We never saw that. We saw some
Yeah.
magic manipulation, some arcane sense stuff going on. We had
Mm-hmm.
plenty of forceful pushes. We did have 1 reassurance, I think.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Once.
Okay. So we kind of managed to explore what everyone was
A lot of
capable
stuff.
of at level 1 at the
Yeah.
very least.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you everyone. I mentioned off the recording, but there's another Daggerheart game on the calendar coming up in January. So if people are interested in continuing on, you could maybe even carry these characters across. And we'll see what the future holds. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all around the house.
Yeah.
And
Bye,
let
gang.
me
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
stop the